One. Welcome. Another episode of In a Way We're Right. I got a bunch of people on here today. This is the college playoff episode. I got a returning buddy Rob Ford. We got two people from the actual committee. We got Ray Loker, all suited and booted. We got Tim Burke. This is my buddies from my last base, as well as Jordan Brown. You don't see his last name, but the man is snowboarding. And his phone's dying as well, so we'll keep him as long as we can. But let's hop right into it. The four teams. Who disagrees with the four teams? We'll start off right there.
Oh, fuck yeah. Notre Dame should not be in there.
Notre Dame should not be in there.
Notre Dame should not be in that.
No. I mean, everybody knew, Ohio State, I'm going to say they deserve to be in there. Even with the amount of games that they played, they should be in there.
They have the talent to be in there. I'm only putting them in there because of talent. I don't care if they're 6-0 or 1.
It was, week 5, and they were still number 2 or number 3, and they didn't even play a game?
If you don't want
Notre Dame, Ohio State was going to make it.
If you don't want Notre Dame, who you want in?
Hey, technical difficulties. I'm about to rejoin.
Holy
I'll
shit.
take it. All right. Sorry about the interruption.
I think you definitely have to give them nod to Texas A&M because they had the better teams they faced. They played Alabama the first game.
Yeah.
That was their big loss this season was Alabama, which is number 1.
They only lost that one game, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the only reason why they didn't make it to the SEC playoffs because they're in the same division as Bama.
But the thing about it is, though, if you're not the best team in your conference, how are you the best team in the country? Why don't we give somebody else? Why don't we put another team in?
Because you know good and damn well that 2 SEC teams are better than Notre Dame. More than 2.
Yeah, I mean, no game is the same. They could play each other again and Texas A&M could win. But if they've already proved that they're not the best in the SEC, you don't think they're the best in the SEC, do you?
Go ahead, Loker. Go ahead. I know you got something.
If they're not the best in the SEC, they're not the best in the country.
That's what I'm saying. For me, I agree. It's kind of like the Heisman vote. You can't win the Heisman if you're not the best player on your own team. So how can you win the playoff?
Who are you saying that about?
No, he's just saying in general. Here's the thing, though, Loke. Do you wholeheartedly believe Notre Dame would beat A&M?
Yeah, I think Notre Dame would beat A&M, and I think they beat Florida.
No, that's a lie.
Nah, they would beat Florida.
What are y'all doing?
Florida lost to a 3-win LSU team.
That's a bad game. We had an off night.
Yeah.
You're not allowed off nights in this shit.
You're not, which is why we're not there.
You know how that shit goes. You can't slip up.
But then
at all.
if you're gonna say you're not allowed to have off nights, you got to talk about the Ohio State Northwestern game because y'all
they
had an
won.
off night.
That's the difference. They won.
You still had an off night though.
Our best
is scary. I don't think you guys can be
our worst performance of the year was winning a conference championship game by double digits against a ranked opponent. I don't.
The first round draft pick, Chris Olave.
He's not going.
I don't think he's worth first.
Olave's going first round.
Olave is not going. We'll save it. We'll save it.
That's why I said potential. I'm not going to touch on it.
I don't think Notre Dame should be there because I really don't think they're that talented. Wholeheartedly.
They beat Clemson already.
They beat a Clemson team, yes, but they beat a Clemson team without defensive starters. They beat a Clemson team without, the number 1 pick in the draft. So
we didn't. A lot of people don't have a lot of players this year, bro. It's a weird year.
No, Notre Dame's the only team without a name.
Ian Book?
Ian Book is going to go in the 3rd, 4th round.
Oh, I don't know about that.
It doesn't matter. College is different. You know how
he's
niggas
not
are
a name.
So you don't act like in college football, whenever Ohio State had JT Barrett or Cardell Jones, you don't say, "Oh, they're not nobody" because they're not going to be an NFL player.
Well, you had everybody else surrounding them. You had Marshawn Lattimore and all those big ass names.
You have names.
Yeah,
that's true.
Tell me, what is Notre Dame's star power?
It's their quarterback, and I can't even tell you who his name is.
Oh, stop!
Because I'll keep hearing. I'm the draft dude. The QB's getting some buzz for next year.
He's be honest here, and I'll put it to you this way: I bet they don't have a mock draft, not even a mock draft where they have somebody go top 20, and I'll put money on it.
Oh, probably not.
They
don't know their offensive lineman names. That's the only thing. They're known for producing those big boys.
They do produce some boys online, but Look, here's what I got. Here's what I got for them. I think they're about to go play Bama and get waxed by 30.
They're not gonna lose.
Yeah,
by 30.
I think it's going to be looking the exact same as they did against Clemson.
Especially if Waddle comes back.
If
They're not
BYU
about to
doesn't,
lose by 30.
you think BYU gets in over Notre Dame?
No,
BYU no. BYU never deserved to get it.
I'll put it to you this way.
I would have put Cincinnati in over Texas A&M.
I'm with that.
Like,
Yeah, I mean, they were the other undefeated team, and
they're
it
not
did
better
make
than them
sense.
at all. Like, they're definitely not one of the top 4 teams, but like they should get a chance. I mean, we can't just keep. If you're not the best in your conference, like you gotta give it a rest. Like the Notre Dame and Clemson shouldn't both be in either, but you kind of have to if you're going. Like, if you didn't take Clemson out for losing to them, you can't knock Notre Dame out for losing to Clemson.
Yes, you can. Because they're not the best in their conference.
So do they expand the playoff for scenario
Yes,
like
they
this?
have to. It has to be
Yeah,
8 games. It has to be 8.
Well, I don't know about 8. Do they do
8.
a group of 5 and a power 5?
Nah, it should be. There should be more than 8 for real. Realistically, there should be like 12.
No, we know 12 teams can't compete. That's a waste of weeks.
It's not a waste.
It is a waste.
Well, I mean,
What's-
you can't say it's a waste of weeks. There's some surprise miracle teams out there that could just come
What's
out.
the difference?
running.
What's the
I think
difference
Cincinnati
in-
could have been one of those this year. They
You're
just
telling
came
me
out
Ohio-
running. They were hot.
You're telling me Ohio State can't, instead of playing fucking Youngstown State one year, take that game off their schedule and play an extra playoff game? Yeah, they can do that, man.
Here's the thing. It's a waste of weeks because it's like, don't put teams in the playoffs so we can see ESPN hype them for no reason. I would hate to see Cincinnati hype in the playoffs knowing what's going to happen to them.
It's not hype. They're undefeated. Like, they should get a chance.
It's
You don't know what
hype.
it is. Like, okay, so whenever UCF went undefeated for 2 years in a row and they didn't get put in the top 10 and they beat Auburn, you don't think that you think that was hype? Or you don't think
The next year they played LSU and lost by what? Like 21?
It was
And they
a
were
different team. It was a different
really
team.
5 defensive backs?
It was a different team.
No.
It was a different team. What do you mean? If they went undefeated and beat Auburn, that shows all right, they deserve a chance. Because if that's another team's good win that gets them in the playoffs every year in the SEC. They beat Auburn, so don't do that, bro.
They beat one good team. In 2 years, they proved themselves once.
No, you also got to like. This isn't like 2007 anymore. Like the BCS, like it might as well be by the way that they pick teams, but. There's so much talent everywhere, bro. Like there's small schools that have dogs. Like some of the best players in the NFL are from nobody schools. Like it's like shit's changing for real.
No, not that much.
No, yeah. Alabama's going to be a top team for probably the rest of my life. Clemson's going to be a top team for the next 10, 20 years. Like these schools are just known to be producing fucking monsters.
But you gotta think though, Clemson hasn't been this forever. Like they've only
No,
been
they
this
haven't.
for, like,
I agree with that.
This Dabo Sweeney era.
I'll say what? I'll say
Yeah.
2010, around like 2010 when they start getting names like that.
Yeah. It's whenever Taj Boyd was the quarterback.
That's what I was about to say, Taj and
Yeah.
Sammy.
They beat us in a Fiesta Bowl. I remember that shit. They
How
were
about you
good.
remember that, Loker? Huh?
Yeah, are you talking about when it was 31-0?
No, not that year. I'm talking about when we had Braxton.
But all right, look, what you got for us, man? You're the college football analyst here.
No, I mean I follow the
Her
Buckeyes,
team.
but outside of the Buckeyes, I mean, what are you asking? Are you asking my opinions on the playoff that we just went over?
Yeah, do you honestly believe Cincinnati should be there?
Yeah, I think Cincinnati should be there. In this scenario, I think there should be a group of 5 playoff and a power 5 playoff. And possibly if you were to extend to a 16 playoff, the group of 5 winner gets that 6th or 5th spot. But I don't think Cincinnati.
No,
would
that's
have a
not
chance.
fair. That's not fair either.
I kind of like that more because
That's
those
not fair.
Power 5 teams will lose. I mean, those Group 5s will lose to other Group 5 teams.
Honestly though, what makes the team like they're only in that group of 5 because they say so, because like we say so. Like
Because the market says so. Because
teams will still schedule teams in those conferences and play them. Like and they get a W. But every team's not. But there's teams in their own conference that they beat down. Like you're not gonna sit here and tell me that Cincinnati can't be in because they'll get beat down. Because Notre Dame just got beat down by Clemson. A&M already got beat down by Alabama.
Yeah, but Notre Dame's been good for years.
It doesn't matter. What do you?
Well, I mean, the biggest argument with Notre Dame is that because Notre Dame beat Clemson earlier, but even if it was a Trevor Lawrence's Clemson, they still beat Clemson this year. And it's like, oh, they're 1-1, they're tied.
They're playing Clemson, not Trevor Lawrence. We're not talking
No,
about Trevor Lawrence in the
Lawrence,
playoffs. Clemson is. They're playing Clemson. They beat Clemson.
You're playing Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor Lawrence and
they beat
Clemson,
Clemson,
and
bro.
a Trevor Lawrence list Clemson is two different Clemsons.
I'm
You know that.
not disagreeing with that, but you act like the nigga's a scrub that plays behind him. He's a 5-star
That's not
recruit.
But that's not.
Yeah,
the
but he wasn't. I mean, he did good that game, but Trevor Lawrence being on that field, being in charge of that team for as many years as he has, 3 years now?
Bro,
it would have been a different story.
Tell the teams in the 2014 playoff that it matters. When you got 5 stars, it doesn't matter, bro. When you got them niggas on your roster, it really doesn't matter. They all play against each other in practice. Like you can say they don't have the experience. Who else is there better to play against them than Clemson? He plays them every single day.
That's
Like,
doing the
he's a
same
good
argument
player.
for the NFL, like having your backup quarterback start. Hey, he
No,
was
that's
in college.
NFL's different.
No, that's different because
But it's different for college too, though, Rob.
it's
That's
different
the
because a college player can't even jump to the league and be great all the time anyway.
Here's-
So
Here's why it's different. When that 2014 playoffs, he's talking about when Ohio State won.
The year that they
Ezekiel
won-
Elliott had the most monstrous 3-game run ever.
okay. It doesn't matter though.
If he didn't do that, if he just was slacked a little bit, if he would have gave y'all 200 instead of 3, you guys wouldn't have been there.
But do you think that he's running the ball that good if they're not worried about the pass? Because that was the crispiest our offense looked the whole year when we had our 3rd string.
Yeah, but you also had 300 rushing yards guaranteed. Like it's
Don't say guaranteed. They wasn't
it
expecting
was
that.
guaranteed.
It wasn't guaranteed. He just went out there and got it. He played against good teams. He literally won 3 different trophies in a row doing that against the 3 Heisman niggas that year.
Yeah.
Like there wasn't no handout games. They wasn't playing scrubs. It wasn't no giving. They just balled out. It doesn't matter who you have. If you have these niggas, bro, it doesn't matter who they are. There's no excuses.
Your whole offense was not whole offense, but you guys were backed by Ezekiel Elliott a lot. He just took more of a load on.
I'm gonna keep it all the way real, bro. He wasn't even that nigga like that the whole year. He was.
You're
was,
being-
bro. That was not the focus of the conversation. That was not the focus of the Ohio State Buckeyes.
Oh, stop.
Yes,
Come on, bro. You know better.
I gotta disagree.
Thank you.
I mean,
I don't think he was. I don't think with the whole entire.
Come on,
year,
Skip.
the biggest
Skip, come
conversation
on.
was our
You really
quarterback
saying
situation.
Zeke wasn't
The
that
whole
dog?
year. The whole
Derrick
year was the
Henry-
quarterback situation.
Had Derrick Henry not had the season he had, I think Zeke would have been in conversation for the #1 running back in the country that year.
He was
Exactly.
the #1 running back, but he didn't show it to the last 3 games.
No, he was
I'm
the
not saying
number
that he
1
didn't
draft
ball out.
prospect.
I'm not saying
Derrick
that he
Henry
didn't
was the
ball
#1
out.
running back in the country.
I'm not saying he didn't ball out.
Like 100 yards a game for like 9-10 games in a row or something. It was headed into the 2015 season.
That's what I'm saying. But 100 yards ain't 300 though. He's acting like he went out there and did that every week, so it was a given. Zeke's gonna do this, so you're all gonna win. That's all I'm saying. I know what Zeke, bro. I'm an Ohio State fan. I know what he comes. I know how he's coming. But that was not what he was not doing that all year long. He was not doing. Nobody ever would do that all year long.
So William, you're saying that Ohio State was expected to win that game against Bama.
No. I'm not saying expected. Hold
That's
on.
what I'm saying. He's acting as if all we had to do was
No,
run the ball and
no,
like we're the
no,
underdog. Like everybody wasn't saying we
no,
should have been there.
no. I'm saying if you don't have him going on the most monstrous 3-game run ever, you don't win. If he literally goes for 100
and who expected it?
that's not the point. The
And that's
point
what I'm
is
saying. It doesn't matter who you have. He's a 5-star nigga. When it's time to play football, he's gonna play.
it
like
took
all-
literally history for you to pull that off.
You said what?
That's my. It took history for you to pull that off.
Bro, okay, great
It
players.
wasn't
do
just
great
like,
things.
oh
They're
yeah,
all
we came
5-star
together as a
players.
team. Like, no,
All right.
somebody went out and made history. And a Cincinnati's not doing that. And a Clemson, a Trevor Lawrence, Clemson ain't doing it either.
Bro, be real. Did you think that Ohio State could run the ball like that against Alabama?
No.
Okay, so it's not as if it was expected. That's what I'm saying. You never know what's going to happen when they play. That's why they play the games.
Oh, okay. All right. We're way far left. Let's get back to it. Prediction. We'll go to prediction. What's up?
Jordan said he's trying to join again, but it won't let him for some reason.
Oh no. Okay, I see him. I didn't even see him in the waiting. All right. There we go. Oh, now he's in his car. Jesus.
Let me see
All right,
this.
welcome back, Jordan. All right, I'm gonna ask you the question. Turn your phone to the side so it'll look wider.
How can you see everybody, nigga, at one time?
I'm on my laptop.
Oh, you're different.
No, it's just gallery view. Okay, your thing didn't turn at all, Jordan. Now you're just sideways. Do you have your lock screen on?
Yeah.
All right, turn that off and then turn it back to the side. Now I'm gonna go ahead and ask you the question I was asking them.
What do you got?
Do you agree with the top 4 teams?
Oh,
Is that better?
there we go.
Much better. Do you agree with the top 4?
Top 4 teams. No, I don't. Well, it's hard to say. Is Notre Dame the quest for college football, right? Is the best 4 teams.
Mhm.
And the question is even with that bad loss to Clemson, is Notre Dame still the top 4 best teams? Are they better than Texas A&M or Florida? And I don't know. I think that's a hard debate right there. I think they might be not as good as Florida, but I think they're better than A&M.
I don't think
A&M's better than Florida.
Oh, we
You don't think-
no. It took an All-American kicker to miss a 50-yarder, which he never does, to win. But we'll get into it. I won't get into it. All right, that's all I wanted to ask you. We're going to get into our predictions now, Jordan. So we'll start with you, Big Timmy. What you got for us?
Who's winning? I got Alabama
Just
destroying Notre Dame.
just run me down the games, and I'll tell you where you're wrong.
Yeah, I got Alabama destroying Notre Dame. I'm gonna go with like 42-17.
That's kind of a low score for Bama. Now I'm
That
curious.
seems realistic for real.
That seems kind of low.
I think I think Notre Dame has a sneakily better defense than we think they do, but they're gonna run all over them.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy. And then I have Clemson beating Ohio State.
Ooh, give me the score. I'm curious.
That one's gonna be the closer one. I think it's gonna be a shootout. I'm gonna go 42-38.
Ooh.
42-38. I can see that happening.
All right, that's all I want. That's all I want. I
No,
just want-
it depends. It depends. Is Justin Field healthy? His hand or whatever was bothering him against Northwestern is healthy.
This is dumb.
I think Ohio State could beat Clemson, but I don't think it's going to be fully healthy. I think Clemson's going to be fully expecting the run, especially with the young dude that took Master Teague's place.
Yeah, Sermon.
Trey Sermon.
Sermon had
Nice.
college record numbers last game against Northwestern, but I think he's not gonna have that good of a game. I
He's
think
gonna do it
if their
again.
run doesn't get started, they're gonna lose for sure.
He's gonna do it again. That's what they're gonna do: run the ball and win the game.
No, I don't think so.
All right. We'll
But then
keep you too. We'll keep it. We'll just keep it. We'll keep it right there, Bert.
Okay.
All right, what you got for me, Rob?
I'm gonna say Ohio State, Clemson. I'm gonna start Notre Dame, Alabama. That's the first game. All right. For real, I want Notre Dame to win, but they're not going to. So I'm gonna say it'll be something like, I'm thinking more of maybe 20-35. Like I don't think Alabama will. Like I think the score will end up being closer than what the game looks. Like Alabama will probably beat them down, but they won't. I think Notre Dame has a good defense for real. Like it's not great, but they can hold them. Like if you can, like you got to pick one or two. If you're gonna either let them run a ball, or you're gonna give up deep plays. You're gonna give up one or the two. So you're not gonna be able to stop them either way. But you can make some. They might be able to like. They might not. It might look like a playoff game a little bit at the jump.
All right. Go. Ohio State, Clemson. What you got? Be honest. Well, I don't want Buckeye bias here. Just be honest.
I'll be honest with you. Clemson,
28-10 Buckeyes.
And that's another episode of In a Way We're Right. Thank you, guys. I brought y'all all honesty. I won't take
28-10 Buckeyes.
It's sad because I know you believe it.
Trey Sermon gonna give us about 220 on the ground, 2 touchdowns. You never know. Defense will probably make a play. Justin Fields gonna throw one in there. You know, we're gonna run the ball, control the game. We're not gonna try to go out there and look cute and do too much. We're gonna win the game.
All right, Loker.
I'm with Rob here. I think here's what's going to happen. I think Ryan Day's going to bring back some Urban Meyer plays. I think we're going to hit.
Yes, bro. That's what I was thinking, bro.
We're going to hit Sermon on these halfback screens. It's going to open some lanes up for Justin Fields. And then we're going to march the ball down the field, and then Master Teague's just going to run it down the road at the goal line. I think you're not going to see as many deep ball passes. Chris Olave, he's coming off COVID and stuff like that. So I think you're not going to see as many deep ball passes, especially with Justin Fields' thumb. But I think Ohio State pulls it out, and I think score is going to be kind of like what Tim said, but I think I'm going to flip it. I think it's going to be like a 42-35 Ohio State.
Damn, that's a high score. I just don't think we win one of them high-scoring boys like that.
That's what I was going to say.
Did you not see the game last year?
I just think we're gonna break down. Like I just think our defense might break if they bend, they're gonna break. Like that's what I think.
The defense is a struggle. As long as we can contain Lawrence, you know, you give him a hole, he's gonna capitalize on that. He'll take off down the field up the middle. So as long as our defensive line can keep him contained, then I think we're all right. I think we got the best linebacker in college football in Tuff Borland. I think he's gonna do the job.
I think Urban is gonna I think that Urban's gonna help out a lot this week too for some reason. I've been thinking the same exact thing.
Jordan, what you got for us, man?
Well, I thought after watching Alabama all year, I thought they were pretty unstoppable. And then that game against Florida, I think Florida showed some weaknesses in them. That's why we got that big shootout. I still think they're gonna handle Notre Dame. But I wouldn't be shocked to see Notre Dame make this a game. So final score of that Notre Dame Alabama, I'm gonna go 45-31 Alabama, but it's not gonna be until the last quarter that they put up a couple scores and really seal the deal.
Alabama is 20-point favorites right now. I think it's going to be like 42-10 heading into the fourth quarter. Mac Jones gets pulled. And then it's gonna be like 42-17.
They just got so many weapons. They just got so many weapons on that team. I think Matt.
They might beat the fuck out of them though, for real. I just don't want them to.
My
They
bad,
lost
look.
Waddle, and we're still talking about how much of a powerhouse they are.
Yeah. Hold on, my bad, Lo. I totally forgot the Bama Notre Dame. Go for it. And then we'll get back to you, Jordan.
Yeah, I mean that's my take. I think that Alabama's gonna run away with it, and then get some second string guys in there, rest of the first string guys before the championship game. And I think it's gonna be like a 42-17 final score, something like that.
Yeah, that's nasty.
All right, my fault, Ray. All right, go back for it, Jordan.
And then Ohio State, Clemson. This is the one I have the hardest time thinking about because I always see Ohio State. Ohio State, they played Indiana. Justin Fields had a bad game. Notre Dame or Northwestern was that was a second half game for Ohio State, but Ohio State I can never just pinpoint how they're going to play. They could come out here and outplay everyone's expectations. They could win this game, but I think Clemson's just got too much. Clemson's got too much for them. So I'm going 31-17 Clemson.
Ooh, that's nasty.
Okay.
Oh gosh.
Oh man. So I'll start with the easy one. I'll start with Bama Notre Dame. And honestly, Saban's been ringless for 2 years too long. Saban's out for blood. I think Saban's not underestimating people. He's not taking his foot off the gas no more. None of that second string stuff. Saban goes out and gets how bold do I want to be? 52. He's going to go out and put 52 on Notre Dame. Notre Dame comes up with 28 with maybe 2 fourth quarter scores to, pretty it up. I even will go as far as to say 5 TDs first half.
God damn.
Yeah, they're
Hey,
not playing. No more.
Nothing's touching that Joe Burrow stat line, though. What was that? Eight
Yeah, that's-
touchdowns in the first half.
It's not
Yeah,
gonna
that's impossible to touch.
But no,
What was his name? Tight end with like 4.
Yeah,
Talk about
that's not.
Randy Moss's son.
Oh yeah, but you're not going to see that. You're not going to see that ever again. But
No.
Bama's not playing. Bama's not playing no more. They've been nice. That
That is
Florida
smart.
game, people keep saying that Florida game exposed them. Like they gave us 52. We're not a bad defense. We're not a good defense, but we're not a bad.
Nah,
defense.
that showed me that if they can do y'all like that, if y'all can get up on them like that, we gonna beat them if we play them.
No, we did that through the
I'm-
air.
I'm
We
not
couldn't
even
do
gonna lie
it.
You guys are supposed to be DBU. What's going on?
Look, I'm not even gonna lie to you. Ohio State. I'm more worried about playing Bama than I am Clemson. I mean, I'm more worried about Clemson than I am Bama.
That's silly.
It's not.
I'm
silly.
more worried about Clemson's offensive firepower than Alabama's offensive firepower. I'll say that. But Alabama's defense is 10 times better than Clemson's defense.
No. Clemson has the best defense in the nation.
No.
So that Brent
I
Venables
still think
defense.
Alabama's defense any given day. Think about who Clemson plays, though. Like, Alabama plays SEC teams that are really good offensive firehouse. Like, they produce the most amount of people. Like,
Fair. No, but here's the thing though.
Clemson's always competing though. They're always like, except that year against LSU, like that was absolutely just ridiculous. Clemson's
no.
defense has held up the last 4 odd some.
I'm not saying they have a bad
defense.
defense. Again, they right now they have the top defense and yeah, they have the top defense. Like, but I will take Alabama's defense any given day just because I know the big boys eat down there.
Fair enough.
Hey, if y'all see me freeze, just keep talking. It's gonna keep recording it, but it'll just freeze me. And if I just stop talking in the middle and freeze up, y'all just go crazy. But no. So that I think Bama's done playing around with people. I'll be honest. And they've been scoring 50 points every game for God knows how long. So it's kind of crazy to say they're done playing around with people.
I'm not gonna lie. If y'all can, I just feel like if y'all can, what did y'all? They gave y'all how much?
We put up 42, I want to say. I think it was 45. We put up 45. Or 46. We went for 2. Florida, stop. Florida's, that's
Bro, they're
one of
not.
those
We
big
don't.
offenses.
Bro, they're not doing that to us. They're not scoring.
We
50
would
against Ohio
murder.
State.
If Indiana can give you 500 passing yards, you do not want to see what Florida would do.
Bro, that game was not as close as the score. Don't let that score fool you. I watched it.
Yeah, we're much better than them.
They
But
did a
that's
lot
not
of
the
stuff
point.
when the game was kind of over. You know how
That's
it
the
is.
point.
Everybody
Stop getting on your Ohio State rambles. Give me 1 second. Now, Clemson, Ohio.
Can y'all hear him?
No.
I'm just gonna let him keep going. I don't think he notices yet. Is he still talking?
I think you realize that.
Yeah,
Froze.
okay.
Oh, he's frozen now.
I'm back.
All right,
There you
yeah,
go.
he's back.
Okay, sweet. If it gets awkward, y'all just start talking. No, but they can't go out there especially with, and it's mainly because Fields' thumb. Now, if he can't pass, you're going to need to pass. Running is not going to keep up with a Clemson firehouse offense. It's just not. Just plain running the ball will not get the job done. You have to go out and pass. And if they can't get that done, what's up, Luke?
We got targets. I mean, it's not like we can't pass the ball, but right now
No, we can.
we got Chris Olave, Garrett Wilson.
Garrett Wilson's crazy.
We got that 5-star kid that just started against Northwestern for his first career game. We
Was
got
that
targets.
Jackson Smith and Juba?
No, it wasn't him.
Oh, that was the dude that made that insane catch.
Yeah, that was a good. I can't remember his name for nothing. But look, you guys have names. That's why you're there. If you all weren't Ohio State and somebody else won the Big Ten but only had 6 wins, I wouldn't want to put them in because they don't have the talent. They don't have the names. But you all got it. And my only issue with you all is you cannot depend on the run like that, not against no Clemson offense. So I'm gonna say this as respectfully as I can. I'm gonna say 42 Clemson, 27 Ohio State. And I think you all get a late game score to close the gap.
Hey, is it possible we see a 2016 game?
Oh my God.
It is very possible, Brown. Thank
is
you for asking
possible.
that wonderful question.
That
It's
is
very
100% possible.
I want to know Ray's opinion on that one.
Bro, they're not doing that. Stop.
You look at his face; he's already smiling.
I have a bigger problem with last year's game more so than the 2016 game. Last year's game, Ohio State should have won. Everyone knows he made a football move, that it was a fumble.
Listen.
No, that's a fact. That's a
Hey,
fact.
no, hey,
And,
listen. You guys got held in the red zone to 3 field goals. All right, that's where you lost the game. Not the fact that he dropped that was a fumble.
No,
Y'all
that
got
was a
stopped in the
Very
red
sorry,
zone
was
3
bullshit. I'm grabbing a
times.
beer.
You got game.
Yeah, you needed to score. You had no problem going down there. They held you in the red zone to field goals. You put that in the end zone. That game is busted wide open.
It's already game over if you just get one
Right,
of them.
so we're gonna do that this year. That's what
No,
you just told me.
You don't have that team this year.
Yes, we do. But honestly, the only reason why it seems like that is because we haven't been able to catch a rhythm as much as everybody else. That's the only thing that worries me.
This is the first time I'm talking about Ohio State where, other than your quarterback, I can't name a star player.
No,
What?
no. Yeah, it's crazy.
Listen, that's crazy talk.
Like a star player, like tell me a top 10 pick right now. Well, again, I'm going future draft. Like they had like 4 potential top first round picks last year. Now it's like, who do they have? I have no idea.
Are we talking top
First
10?
round, but that makes sense what you're saying. But
No,
Justin Fields is probably gonna be a top 2 pick, right?
no. I'm seeing some craziness going on.
I see his stock dropping. I'm gonna be honest. I see his stock dropping bad. Especially
It
with
depends
the
on how he
whole
plays.
Is he going top 10?
I mean,
He should.
Yeah, I
Probably.
can see him going top 10.
I think with today's like with Kyler Murray and all those little guys, running
Exactly.
quarterbacks having success, I think that
Oh,
his stock
I'm
draft is
not
gonna go
knocking
up.
on that.
And then if
I'm
Trevor
not knocking on that.
Lawrence decides to sit, Trevor Lawrence still has a year of eligibility he could come back to.
I think
So,
Again, I'm not
if he-
knocking on any of those like factors for him. I'm just seeing the game against Northwestern that has to put people who are looking at potentially drafting him before the game going like, this man can't even throw a ball right now. Like, I understand he's hurt. I hope he's just hurt, but like it still puts like a sour taste in your mouth. Where you're like, I don't know. Like you're still like, I don't know.
I think Justin Fields goes to the Broncos. I think that's where he goes.
The Bronco. Ooh, I like that. I do like
We'll
that.
get into that. We'll get into that. We'll get into that. I think everybody pretty much besides 2 of us have Clemson, Bama. So we'll let the Bama Ohio State people go first. Ray and Rob. Go ahead, Ray.
Final score prediction for Bama, Ohio State. That one, I think Bama jumps on us early. They typically jump early. They'll pound the ball down the field, but I think Ohio State comes back second half or second half game. I think we win 35-28.
Do you think you're going to only get Bama to 28 points?
Yeah, I think so. Second half, yeah.
This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous.
Talk that shit.
All right, you know what? I'm not going to interrupt. Go ahead. My fault.
Yep.
I think we hold them to 28 points. I think they maybe get like a 2-touchdown lead at most, and then we just come back second half and we just shut them out. Typical Ohio State fashion.
You're the Ohio State Skip Bayless.
Fact.
Skip, come on, Skip. You really gonna
No. Rob really said Clemson's going to score 10 points, and we just kind of let it go.
Rob, don't leave me alone here. Come on now.
Nah, listen. All right, it's my turn. It's my turn. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So here's what's really gonna happen. Here's what's gonna happen when we play. Here's what's gonna happen when we play Alabama. All that pretty shit, the deep balls, and everybody being 10 yards wide open. That doesn't happen. That's not happening against us. Sorry. Like that's just to let everybody know that's not gonna happen. They're not gonna be all that wide open every time. It's not happening. So they're actually gonna be they're gonna be having to try to run the ball. They're gonna be like trying to run the ball. It's not gonna work. Ohio State's gonna get on their ass. then Alabama's gonna be playing catch up, trying to throw the ball the whole game. It's not gonna work. It's gonna be Ohio State. I'm gonna say they might close it up a little bit at the end. I'll say 35-21 Ohio State.
I almost shut my fucking laptop.
Did you say 21?
Actually, no, I'm gonna say fuck it. I'm gonna say 38-21. Give us a field goal too. Fuck it. Yeah, 38-21.
Woo!
Yeah, 38-21 Buckeyes.
Some hot takes, fellas. These are some hot
National
takes.
champ.
These
National
are
champ.
fucking impossible takes.
And Justin Fields is gonna look like very, very good against them. Just remember that.
In defense here, and in my own defense, the SEC is a lot weaker than people hype it up to be.
That's bro. Oh my God, where have you been? Oh, my whole life.
Ray just got his new best friend. Ray just has
Oh my
his
God.
new best friend.
What the fuck? This nigga talking.
I'm
that
gonna need a new
shit.
friend here soon if he keeps talking.
You've got Florida, who ran the East this year, and then who else behind them really?
Let's talk about this later.
And
Okay.
We're not getting, this is a huge
Well,
debate for
we'll
you,
get to
Ray.
that later. We'll get to that
I
later.
already know how bad this gets.
We know how y'all feel about the SEC. We'll get into it later.
all right.
I'm just shocked because like you're talking about I'll say it, the best offense in the nation. 350,
Ohio State is.
350 on the ground, guaranteed, damn near every game.
How do
Ohio State.
11 games
Ohio
like-
State is the best offense in the nation, bro.
Oh,
They just
I
haven't
can't
clicked
hear
yet.
it at once. What'd you say, Ray? And then we'll go to Rob.
I think had Ohio State played 11 games like Bama, Ohio State would be in the conversation for the best offense in the country.
Y'all still have one of the best offenses.
And we only played 6 games, so we played 11 or 10 cakewalk games outside the A&M game. That was a tough opponent. If we played 10 cakewalk games like Bama did, then we would, we would have. I don't think it'd be. I think we would be 1 or 2 in the country.
Here's what I
How
think.
much you two are hyping up Ohio State, I can see why people don't want y'all in the playoffs.
Listen to this though. Here's what I think. All right. I just feel like this. I feel like you can tell in the first half of games that we're catching a rhythm. Like you can tell we look like a team that hasn't played 6 games, that has only played 6 games in a lot of first halves. Like we look like that. But I feel like this is the part of the season where typically 7-8 games into the season is where you really like hit your real stride. Like that's when conversations about playoff spots are actually serious. So I feel like we're playing we're on a good pace, bro. We played 6 games. People want to down talk us because we're playing close games, like against good teams though. Like quiet as kept, they're good teams, but like Florida just really gave Alabama hell and really should have beat them. And Florida lost to 3-win LSU.
Okay. All right.
We're beating 3-win LSU. I don't care what anybody says about it.
That's okay.
They have 3
put way
wins.
more than, okay. All right. Take what you put against Northwestern. We would double that.
I don't.
I don't think so.
You don't- We just gave Bama 45.
We're
We
not
scored-
throwing the ball on them like that, to be honest with you, bro.
No, you're not throwing the ball on them like that. Your quarterback was sub 50% until the fourth quarter. That was y'all. And that's
I
why
want to say he was 14 for 32 that game? It was some outrageous amount of numbers with 3 picks, 4 picks?
And a W. You got
I know you
to
can add the and the W, but it still doesn't look good as a quarterback.
Without his top receiver and a broke thumb for the most part.
You guys have been talking about this next man up. Everybody's a five-star athlete.
No, there's definitely
Don't
no
say about his top
excuses,
receiver,
yeah.
because according to you guys, everyone's a top receiver on your team.
yeah, as long as you have your top 10 pick quarterback, you should be fine.
But it hurts
Yeah.
to lose your best player. I'm not gonna say it doesn't. Like,
Then don't give me shit about the LSU loss then, because Kyle Pitts didn't play.
oh my goodness.
Kyle Pitts
That's
is the
a
best
3-win
player in the
team.
nation.
That is
And you're talking about a 3-win team. That's
That is a
different.
good reason.
You say Kyle Pitts is the best receiver in the nation?
He's the best player in the nation, period.
That's ridiculous.
He's up there. I won't say he is. I will say he's up
6'6",
there.
6'6", 240. He's about to go run a 4.5 at the draft.
Mika
Okay.
Parsons better than Kyle Pitts, and he's not even an offensive player.
See, I'm afraid he's going to turn into an Evan Ingram.
You think he's better than Trevor Lawrence? Like,
He's the best player in the nation. It's unholy what he's capable of.
I don't even disagree. I just don't know if it's true. because he is
No, the
really.
best player in the nation.
All right,
is
us,
Trevor
us
Lawrence.
Clemson Bama people. You want to start us off, Brown?
Clemson, Bama. Oh, I think I'd be interested to see how Nick Saban. When I watched that Clemson, Bama, what was that? 18?
18.
18. Nick Saban got out coached that game. Didn't make many good second half adjustments. So I'm wondering how Nick Saban will be able to like spin that around. I think this year's different. I think Alabama's just gonna lay it all. They got too many weapons. They got what Clemson has, but just more elevated. So I think Alabama runs that 42-25. I think Alabama runs that 42-25.
Ooh,
That's a big L.
that's ugly.
That's real ugly.
I don't know. Alabama they look hot.
I do think Alabama would beat Clemson if they played.
You don't see Alabama beating Ohio State.
No, because Ohio State's about to really make Clemson look small.
All right, Burke. Go
All
ahead.
right, all right. My turn.
Yeah, what you got for us?
So I would love to see Trevor Lawrence get his final W of his career, especially if he goes to the Jags. But I have Alabama beating. I have Alabama beating beating Trevor Lawrence. Pretty hefty. I think the same amount of score. I was gonna go like 48-21.
Damn.
Alabama.
Hey, y'all are slight disrespectful.
On Clemson?
Clemson's deep.
Yeah, I think you guys will be
Dude,
really
I'm
good.
telling you, I think they can do it.
Of course, anything can happen on any given day. But I'll say it like this. I do not think it's going to be the high scoring game we think it's going to be.
We're
I
gonna
think
get.
it'll
be
Are we gonna
Rams,
talk like
Patriots,
2000? What was
years
that? 2011 LSU Alabama title game?
No, it's not going to be no, what was it, 9-0 or whatever it was. It's not going to be that.
13-0 or something like that.
What I feel like is it's going to be NFL high scoring, as in like 35-31 type stuff. 35-31. That's going to be my
That's
score.
a good high. Yeah, that's not a bad prediction, actually.
And I got Bama. And I only have Bama because I think they're better at every single position besides quarterback. I like the corners better. I think Smith is shitting on Rodgers, whatever his name is. Like, obviously. And I don't think
You cut out again.
All right. I don't even know where to start this nigga.
This is audio out again. He doesn't even realize.
Clemson. I just don't think Clemson can just do it on both sides as well as Alabama can.
Yeah, I realized what happened right there.
All
Yeah.
right.
What's the last thing y'all heard, man?
You might as well just start over, man.
They're better at every position.
All right, that's cool. I can leave it there then. They're better at every position. But Clemson, I honestly think Dabo Swinney just has Saban's number, man. And that's why
I feel like that too, though.
That's why I feel it'll be close.
I feel like their talent is equal, and Clemson just can be more creative. You got to be creative in these games.
At all.
Huh?
I don't think the talent is equal at all.
I think so. I feel like if you're Alabama, Clemson, Ohio State, you have the same, bro. You know how it is, bro. You get them guys. You know what's up, bro. Niggas know. You can disagree because of the SEC, but because you probably have on an Alabama hoodie right now, even though you're a Florida fan.
It says Las Vegas. It looks like the Alabama letters though, so I'm not tripping. But no, man, I don't know. It's hard for me to go and wholeheartedly put not money, but go against Alabama in a setting like this.
Nah, I would never. I don't care who they're playing. I would never go nowhere and put no money on them against anybody against Bama. I'm not going to put money on that game, but I don't care who they're
I
playing.
would get a huge profit out of it.
Oh man, yeah, something like that. Yeah, I might bet on my team.
I would say though, out of all the Alabama teams to make it into the playoffs, I think this is probably the best team that's made it over the 2015 team. Like they had some bunk quarterback in 15, and I think this team is just a lot more complete than any.
Ooh, you talking about Blake Sims?
Yeah, Blake
I
Sims
think
was-
so.
Blake Sims was crazy in college.
No, stop. We're not going to do that.
I mean, Tim Tebow was crazy in college too.
He's the GOAT in college.
He's the college go. But here's what we're going to do. I'm going to put it to you all this way. Wholeheartedly, I believe that Bama could give somebody 60 in this playoffs. I just don't know which one.
I think Bama could shut somebody out too, like shut them out.
I don't see him shut nobody out. Not the offenses they have to play. Because even though they have no names, but they're not going to go out sad like that.
I mean, they've done it
They're gonna
before.
be good.
though,
They're
especially
good,
when they
bro.
had
What y'all
names.
doing? They
No,
play
they're
the
good.
games that Clemson plays.
Yo, Ray, do you think
North
Ohio
Carolina.
State could shut out Clemson?
Shut them
Y'all
out?
think-
No.
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 I might-
Our defense just ain't that good. I think 2014 we could have. I
Okay.
think 2014.
I would even say last year you guys could have.
I would have said 2017 with Lattimore.
I mean, last year they had a really good defense.
2017? No.
Only thing that worries me about our defense, I feel like we're missing that guy. Like we usually have that one guy that's just too much, like on the edge. Like we have the Bosa's, Chase Young.
On the you're talking about Edwards. Yeah, I mean we got Tyreek Smith's probably our best lineman, defensive lineman, but he's young, so.
But he's still good though. It's just the fact of like, I don't know. You know how it is though. There's just different. Like there's when you have that one guy. Like you need somebody that's just too much. Like that's one thing I think we're missing.
Ohio State.
But I think-
Harris Johnson Jr. He's going to be lights out on the line. Next year, I just don't know how our offensive line's going to look. We got we're losing White Davis. We're losing. I can't think of our center's name, but we got a solid center. He's going to get drafted. So I mean, we just produce offensive linemen. So I'm sure we'll.
Yeah, we'll be back. We'll get 5-star. You already know what it is.
Man. 28 to what? And I can't get that out of my head.
What?
In what world would Clemson go out
28 to 10.
and
Actually, I'm
run
gonna
like
up my
that?
score for real. Only out of respect for real, I'm gonna give them 17 points, and I'm gonna give us 45.
Respect.
Respect. I'm gonna give them a
Here's the
lower
thing.
point.
As
Yeah,
Ohio
he's
State
right.
fan,
Because the more we're talking about it, the more I realize how really good we really are. Like,
oh my
that's
God.
what's really crazy.
Okay, all right, you two, as Ohio State fans, do you wholeheartedly believe if someone gets the jump on you early, say 10 or more points, you'll have to get into throwing situations like critically, that y'all can come back like wholeheartedly? Y'all can't believe that.
Only reason why I say yes is because it's a long game, bro.
I'm talking like
this game-
third quarter, like where it's like, okay, now we got to pass.
So you're saying what, third quarter down by 10?
10
No,
or
third
more.
quarter down by 20.
Hold
A
on.
third quarter. That just sounds unrealistic. But
Go ahead, Lo.
if we get third
You're
quarter
acting
down by
like-
20 against any of these teams, the game's over.
All right, go ahead, Lo.
You're acting like Justin Fields can't throw. At the beginning of the year, he had more touchdowns than incompletions.
I got that.
That's the disrespect too that I'm really not liking.
Hold on, he's injured. I'm not trying to be disrespectful.
He's gonna be all right. He's gonna be all right.
Yeah, I think he's good.
Hey,
What
he's
have
only
you seen
injured
that
when he,
makes you
hey,
think
he's
he's
only
injured?
injured.
Now, I don't think he feels.
He's only
the pressure
injured when he
now.
plays bad.
I
Yeah,
don't
of
think
course.
he feels the pressure now. I don't.
Of course,
think he
man.
feels
That's
the
what
pressure
I'm
to
saying,
throw
right?
it.
Yeah, if Justin Fields went out there, threw 6 touchdown passes, he's good. But if he went out there, threw like 4 picks or something, it's that thumb.
Yeah, 100%.
That's just being a fan.
You know,
I'm
what,
not
though?
gonna say it's a thumb for real, because I don't think that his injury is gonna affect the game. I feel like we're gonna run the ball down their throat either game. But that's
That's
just
the
me.
thing, though. And either two of your matchups, because we all are saying Notre Dame's not it. That run shit don't work. That running the ball stuff don't work on either team, Clemson or Bama.
I'm glad you think that.
Okay.
They probably think that too right now.
As they should.
Yeah.
Yeah. Up front, we're gonna bully him. That's what I'm like. I just really think that, bro. It's like I really think that. I don't know. The more we talk about it, like it really makes it like, damn, we really are coming like that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make a prediction.
And we feel disrespected.
Hold on,
too,
hold on,
like,
hold on.
talking.
All right.
I think a new Ohio State legend is born from this game. Someone no one's expecting steps up on defense and is cemented in Ohio State history for winning the games for us. They just don't want to pay a run.
I mean, I can see that.
What
What position? Hey, what position? Someone in the secondary, though. It's gonna be
Fullback.
someone in the secondary.
Fullback.
I think, I think it's gonna be safety. Maybe Hooker. I think maybe Hooker, steps up finally.
Sean Wade is gonna look like what he needs to.
Yeah, Sean Wade pulls a little. Denzel Ward starts, looking like a first round pick.
Y'all hard to believe Sean Wade could hold Devontae Smith's hand. Like, you can't believe that.
I do. The talent gap's not what you think.
I'll put it to you this way.
There's no talent gap. Ohio State has zero excuse to lose to either team.
I'm glad you said that, and I'm glad this is recording.
We're able to just shove it right back in their face.
Right.
Me too.
Lose.
Me too.
All right. Well, we can talk about the college football season a little bit too, because it's the end of the year. We might as well get into it, and then we'll kind of lead it into the draft. We'll talk about the season a little bit.
What about the Heisman?
Oh,
I
we can
want to
talk
talk about this season. Logan's going to bring
Devonta
up Penn State,
Smith.
Indiana.
Devonta
Devontae
Smith,
Smith, y'all think?
easily.
Yeah.
I feel like he's very deserving of it, but it's just I'm honestly I'm going to say Devontae Smith honestly, because I just feel like I know how they do when they try to make it a quarterback award, and I don't want them like I feel like they might say Mac Jones made him do all that, but I feel like Mac Jones is not. We know Alabama doesn't really do that with quarterbacks for real. Like they're not really like that with quarterbacks. You can say that they are, but you have to give me a name.
They got the one. I think they have one for real that I will campaign for, and that's Tua. But
No, you can say that like now they're officially starting to. Like you can say like now they might be doing it now. Because Mac Jones looks like he'll be good and like he looks like a solid guy. But I just think that Devontae Smith makes him look like incredible.
yeah,
I agree with
especially his
everything
numbers.
you guys are saying, but like again, who do I think deserves it is Devontae Smith. Who do I think is going to end up getting it? Mac Jones.
we need to be
That's
honest.
That's how it's going to happen.
That's
It's
kind of
just how it's going to happen. Mac Jones is going to get it.
We need to be honest.
Grimy.
If Trevor Lawrence actually wins this award, we need to really full out and just give up, because that's just you're giving it to a name. And we talk about who needs to win this award is two names.
I agree.
Devontae
No,
Smith
not
and Kyle
anything you guys
fucking
said,
Trask.
but
Those are the
I
only
see it
two
going to
guys.
Mac Jones.
Kyle Trask.
He's 12 touchdowns ahead of anybody else.
Now that you said that, that makes me feel like Devontae Smith is a lot to get it. Because quarterbacks don't get Heisman's losing 3 games. They just don't do it. I'm not.
That's a lie.
That's not true. Tim Tebow won it when I think, and it's like the Tim Tebow's
No,
playing
no,
year.
no.
They were like,
They never had 3 losses. We didn't have 3 losses. We had 2. But
the year y'all-
Lamar Jackson, they had 3 losses.
Who?
Oh Jesus, Bird. Lamar
Who had
Jackson
8
won. They had
losses?
Tim Tebow saw.
Tim
Wait,
Tebow
or was it?
yeah.
Y'all won Tim Tebow won the Heisman when y'all won the national title? No.
Yeah.
No.
No. That was the
Tim
in between year. It was the in between year that he won the Heisman.
Oh yeah.
And the year before he left, we won it all. I hope he's paid for that.
Actually,
No.
stole it from the
You like Florida
library.
too?
No, he's a Penn State fan.
Really?
Yeah. We used to touch kids. We don't anymore, though.
Oh
Yeah,
Jesus.
You like Penn State?
Yeah,
And
100%
Jordan
like
likes
Penn
Texas.
State.
I just don't really know Penn State fans like that, but that's like I don't know. I get why you're Ohio State. hater.
My brother went to Penn State, so it just attached when I was young. I'm a Penn State fan.
Yeah.
Hey,
He didn't go
Jordan,
to Penn
can I
State.
ask you
Yeah, he
something?
did go during that time, but
What's
he,
that?
He didn't get touched. He didn't get touched.
Hold on. Jordan, let me ask you something. How does it feel to know that for the rest of your life, Sam Ehlinger will be right here talking about we're back, like right here in your ear?
Listen, yeah, like it. What was worse was Reese Davis. I can't remember if it was Reese Davis or Chris Fowler. That game against Notre Dame, dude, 2016, when Texas beat Notre Dame in double overtime, and he yells, "Texas is back, folks." I've heard those words. Like, it's the worst saying. Like, you could horns down, nothing, but saying Texas is back, I'm like, ah.
Who's your
That gets
team?
me worse than horns down.
Who's your
He's
team?
Yeah. Ah.
Who?
What wasted
Texas.
talent.
Who's your team?
Texas.
Longhorns.
Oh, okay. So why do we not like hearing that?
Because they're not back at all.
They're not
Oh.
back. They will be when
They're
Urban
not
Meyer
back.
signs with them. When Urban Meyer signs with them,
has a better chance of going to the
Yeah.
NFL.
I'm just waiting for Matthew McConaughey to get his first head coaching position.
No.
All right.
Urban Meyer's
Matthew
never going to
McConaughey gets the
Texas.
head coaching at Texas. I think Ray might become a Texas fan.
I think every Texas player is going to run through a wall to begin that game.
Oh,
It's gonna be the new
man.
tradition.
No, man, that's hilarious. No, I feel like it has to be.
You said what?
I wish
It
they were
has
good.
to be.
They played tonight.
It can't be the. He's not even the best player on his own team.
He's what? Who's the best player on that Bama team?
Mac Jones.
Stop it.
I see it going to Mac Jones for sure. I agree with Ray.
How many was
As
he
the
close?
committee is talking right now, we're saying it's going to Mac Jones.
Oh,
Yeah.
jeez.
Right.
I
think
can't
about
believe
it.
I don't know. I hate like having like when it comes to like wide receivers, you have that debate of like, oh, is the wide receiver like better or is the quarterback making? And you can't have a good wide receiver with a bad quarterback. Unless
Yeah,
you're
you can.
like, unless you're like Calvin
I'm a
Johnson.
Giants fan too. I could say Odell with Eli Manning.
Matt Stafford was good. Is good though.
Matt Stafford wasn't that.
He wasn't that. Calvin
What's that?
He's
Johnson
a
was
good
just
deep
a
ball
freak,
thrower,
though.
which made Calvin Johnson's career a little
Matt-
bit easier. I'll give
Matt
him that.
Stafford is
Matt
nice,
Schaub-
bro.
Matt Schaub went for 5,000 yards with Andre Johnson, but Matt
that's
Schaub
true.
never ever sniffed 5,000 yards again.
Let's go
Bro.
with Matt Ryan with Julio Jones whenever he had his
Matt
MVP
Ryan is
season,
good.
which was also the same.
Matt
time
Ryan
as
was good.
Julio
Matt
Jones
Ryan was an
coming
MVP.
out.
Matt Ryan
Like,
used to
he
be
had
really
a good year.
No, Matt Ryan's good.
He's okay. He's
No,
not.
he's a good quarterback.
It's the elite debate. It's the elite debate. He's not there.
Okay, he's not elite, but Mac Jones is Mac Jones a top 3 quarterback right now in college football?
Hell no.
Exactly.
Well, wait. In college football,
No!
draft prospects now. I always have to.
No, you got.
I always have to distinguish
North
it.
Dakota State. What's his name?
Trey Lance.
Trey
is
Lance.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Y'all don't think Mac Jones is better than Kyle Trask, I hope.
No. No.
All right, making sure.
He's not
I
better
wanna
than
hear-
Justin Fields either.
He's not.
Or Trevor Lawrence.
Justin
Or
Fields.
Trey Lance.
I mean,
or Zach
we're all
Wilson.
agreeing Trevor Lawrence
He's
is the best
better
player
than
in the
Zach
nation.
We all right. Look,
Y'all-
I love how he
Yeah, I
goes
just
off his rant.
We're gonna have to have
and
him
everybody
restart.
cuts out.
Before he starts back, I'm gonna tell he's gonna try to act like Zach Wilson isn't good. Zach Wilson is better than Mac Jones. Don't let him
Ooh.
do that. He's better.
That's hard.
He's better.
If Justin Fields' stock drops, then I think Zach Wilson's the only quarterback that overtakes him in the draft.
No, I agree. I agree with that.
Nah, I don't know
Draft
about
stocks,
that.
like,
Bro.
If Trevor Lawrence doesn't go,
he's going.
I wouldn't be
I'd rather go
surprised.
to-
If,
To be honest, I
I'd
think Trevor
rather
Lawrence
go.
is
I'd rather
upset
go
that
to
he's
the
not going to
Jags
the
than
Jets
go to the
anymore.
Jets.
I feel like
No, I think he's
feel like-
upset that he's not going to the Jets anymore.
Why?
New York's
What?
a way bigger market.
Hold on. Let me put it to you this way. He played high school football in Georgia, the South.
No, I
South.
agree with everything with the hometown.
South Carolina for college, the South.
I'm
You know
talking about
what
the
I'm
money.
saying?
And that's, you know what Trevor Lawrence really wants
Like
money.
home. I think he's going to feel like home. I think he's in love with this Jags pick.
Yeah, I think so. I think he goes now with the Jags taking the first pick.
Especially because that
I
division
wouldn't
is
be
so
surprised if
winnable.
he stayed if they lose.
That's a different
I mean,
story.
No, if Trevor
I'd
Lawrence
rather
is
play-
leaving, there's no way he's not leaving.
I mean,
I
I'd
would
rather
lose.
lose,
Money.
though. Would you
I mean, he
rather
should
play
lose
the
either
AFC
way.
South or the East?
South.
Right now, playing the AFC East.
The South is easier to win. Play in the South.
I'm trying to think who else is in the South.
I think the South is about to
Houston.
turn into the next NFC East.
They play Houston, Indianapolis, and who else?
Yeah, Jags, Texans, Colts, Titans.
Oh yeah, okay.
What he could make noise there immediately. I would easily go to the South.
But
Especially you have
and
Chark.
you could also have a Joe Burrow season.
What if
You
he's
have
not that
Chark,
good?
who has top 10 receiver
What if he's not
potential.
that good like that?
But he could be a guy.
What if Trevor Lawrence isn't all that like that?
He is. He's unbustable.
Listen, I almost don't
no,
know
never
what to
say that.
expect in these college quarterbacks because I thought Dwayne Haskins looked like the best NFL quarterback out of that draft class. I thought he was
Then
gonna
too.
be like a pocket
Please.
passer. I was like, dude, he looks like the most NFL type quarterback out of that draft class, and here he is getting fired.
But I
Really,
felt the same
what did
thing,
I
bro.
say about Dwayne Haskins ever since he was coming out from Ohio State?
I said Dwayne Haskins would be the best quarterback too, man. You're not allowed.
What did
Yeah.
I say? What
Berkey?
did I say?
You said it was third.
Don't let Tim act like he didn't rip his jersey off when the Giants didn't select Dwayne Haskins.
Because we took Daniel Jones, number 6 overall. That's why
It
I
don't
ripped the
matter.
jersey off. Daniel Jones is the 6th overall.
Hey, y'all
Goddamn
got the
draft
best.
pick.
Hey, y'all got the best QB. Y'all got the best QB in the league.
No, Kyler Murray was
Well, you didn't have a
Kyler Murray
chance.
before that.
You didn't have a chance.
Giants
at
had
Look,
The Giants have the best QB in the league. They just don't like
You
to
just got-
start him.
Haskins is gonna be all right. He just needs time.
Oh, McCoy.
He only played one season at Ohio State.
That's right.
No, I believe
We're
that.
just talking about how Brown was talking about.
No,
Colt
we're
McCoy
not.
right
We're
here.
not going to let him get into his Colt McCoy bag at all. But look, we're going to be completely honest. We're going to be completely honest here.
He's a legend.
Is Trevor Lawrence not as unbustable a quarterback you've ever
God.
seen?
You said
No,
what?
I think Andrew Luck is the only unbustable quarterback I've ever seen.
No. Here's the thing, though. Here's why. Here's why I think it's different. Well, I guess Luck will be number one, but he's going into a good situation.
That's a good question.
Like Trevor Lawrence is going into a good situation. You have 1,000-yard back. Your O-line isn't completely trash. They're not good, but they're not completely trash. You have a guy who could be a stud receiver and DJ Chark.
Okay, I'll give you that.
You got decent number twos. I don't even
That's
know who
good.
the Jags tight end is for real.
It might be Andrew Luck for real.
Andrew Luck is probably number one. But if I had to say like number two, Trevor Lawrence is the most unbustable quarterback I've ever seen. Because he's more mobile than Andrew Luck too.
Yeah, but Andrew Luck is he's
Yeah,
our
Andrew Luck
version
was kind of
Peyton Manning.
Luck was kind of big though, and I think that helped him. Trevor Lawrence needs to put on some weight. Trevor Lawrence,
Yeah.
is kind of,
40?
yeah, but
He
he's
Trevor
not
Lawrence
easy.
seems like just a
260,
skinny dude
250?
too for real.
I mean, Andrew Luck was kind of a thick boy.
Bro,
He's a
I
big
just feel like
dude.
when the game
Had a-
speeds up in the NFL,
Had a little
he's not
had a
gonna be
little
on.
extra padding there to take hits.
Yeah, he got them ham hocks on his thighs.
You think that Joe Burrow? You think that Trevor Lawrence is better than Joe Burrow?
I didn't say better, more unbustable. Joe Burrow has a better chance to be because he's a one-hit wonder in college. Not to say like he wasn't a good player, but
Don't pop up like that. That's so true.
No, it's
Yeah,
not.
he was a one hit.
What did he go his first year at LSU? It was 9 and what? Maybe
9-2. They were all running back.
Yeah,
He couldn't even get on the field
didn't-
at Ohio
he
State.
didn't have
threw
any.
for
He
3,000
wasn't like
yards.
great.
He threw for
He was
16 touchdowns, 9 interceptions, some crazy
Yeah,
number
yeah.
stats like that. His first year.
That's not an Urban Meyer quarterback. That's not the style of quarterback he liked to use. He liked to use the Tebows, the JT Barretts, the Braxton Millers, those mobile.
Then why do you use Dwayne Haskins?
Because he was the best quarterback available for you all at the time. Both of them.
Trash.
No, he was a
put me
great
in
guy.
You put me in Urban Meyer system, dude. I can guarantee you I get you at least 30 touchdowns.
Wait, what are your flag football numbers though? Remind me, Brown.
Hey, that's because I didn't have the right system. All right.
Oh,
Chill.
relax. Look. No, like honestly, as great as Burrow was in college, unbustable is not the word I would use for Joe Burrow. He had a better chance to fail, even though he went into a good situation in Cincinnati. He had more chance to fail.
Nobody.
I think Deshaun Watson would be up there. I think he
He was high, but people were afraid. People were afraid whenever they were drafting him.
The Texans were terrible. Their defense was fine, but the offense, had no faith whatsoever.
I mean, looking back on it now, Patrick Mahomes.
No.
he wasn't unbustable.
No,
He
yeah,
wasn't
everybody
even-
thought he was. He was.
I mean, he
taking
came out of
a
Tech.
gamble.
He came out of Texas Tech kind of as like a, Tech wasn't good or anything. So like,
He-
Pat Mahomes had no
Oh,
like
I'll
just
give you a name.
he had like
I'll-
no
who I thought was
expectations
unbustable?
really.
That's what I'm saying. They go off of teams. That's why I don't think these niggas be all what people think. Like I just think Clemson is like that. I don't think that Trevor Lawrence is.
Nah, Trevor
he
Lawrence
always
is
off for them.
Who
That's
I
fine.
thought was the unbustable back is Teddy Bridgewater.
fact. And to be
And I
honest,
still
without
to this
injury,
day-
he was a guy.
Bro, how
I
did
still
you
think
think that? Why would
to
you
this
think
day,
that
if he
was
gets
that?
healthy and with the right system, he will be an MVP in this league.
No, I'm not going to go that far. I'm
Teddy
not gonna-
Bridgewater.
I will go that
you
far. I
guys have a chance to
have
get us.
huge faith in Teddy.
You put him on that level?
If he never got hurt, yes.
Because
Yeah.
I did feel like Lamar Jackson would be good in the NFL no matter what. But I didn't see him being an MVP already.
I was one of those people that Lamar might have needed to change his position.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
Oh, I mean, I had faith in Lamar Jackson. I got him. I drafted him second year in fantasy.
That's
But we don't have to talk about fantasy right now, right? We're not trying to have Ray leave.
Oh, I'm trying to talk fantasy.
No, relax. College football.
The one that I thought was a true bust, and I'm surprised how he's doing is Josh Allen.
Nah, he
Coming out of
looked good.
Wyoming
Well, here's
with
the
a 50% completion rate.
Here's the
You
question.
could tell by how big his arm was, like how Mahomes, how big his arm looked in college. It was
That's
just
the
like,
only reason he got drafted, though.
What's up, Lo?
What quarterbacks do you think in the NFL would still win even if they don't have talent surrounding them? So like a Baker Mayfield, got all the talent in the world, makes them look good. Baker Mayfield's a mediocre quarterback, all right? But you have like an Aaron Rodgers, who he's got Devontae Adams, but he really don't have much else going on offense. So what I want to hear your guys' thoughts on who would be still an elite quarterback if they didn't have any offensive weapons. So, like, for example, like a Deshaun Watson.
I mean, I think you just nailed it on the head with Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, I thought Aaron Rodgers was the answer to that question.
Yeah, that's
Watson.
100% the answer.
Yeah.
I think a Russell Wilson would still be.
No.
Oh, come on.
I love Russ, but no.
he's made, bro. Russell Wilson has made a lot of players look a lot better than they are.
No. He had
Like Tom Brady.
Tom Brady.
I'll give Tom Brady.
the only one.
he's the GOAT.
Brady's the only
If I
one.
was
But
if I was a receiver at the Patriots, dude, I'd be putting up mad yards probably in
I'll
that
say
system.
Peyton Manning when he was with the Broncos and he had that MVP year.
Well, I'm talking active. So, like I wouldn't put.
Okay, active. Okay.
Active.
Brady's
Ooh.
not the answer.
Probably still Tom Brady.
Brady's
the
not
thing.
answer anymore then.
Here's the thing. I'm only at Tom Brady because there's not a quarterback to ever live that's taken Julian Edelman and Chris Hogan to the Super Bowl. It's not happening. Like, I don't care. Like, Pat Mahomes is ridiculous, but Tyreek Hill's literally the perfect match.
Yeah, he is. He
No,
What
got,
about
see,
Drew
the
Brees?
perfect-
What do you think about Drew Brees?
they're all
No,
just perfect.
fuck no. Drew Brees can't take his
what?
Steelers to the Super Bowl.
I'd rather have Big Ben than Drew Brees in the playoffs.
Fact.
Ooh, I like that.
Give me Big Ben over Drew Brees in the
I
playoffs.
think if for that question that Loker's asking, it's going to be surprising. I think right now, actively, because how well he's been playing the past 2 games, Jalen Hurts.
No, I'm not letting this shit fly.
He's making those no-name receivers that the Eagles got look good, and he's throwing for over 300 yards per game.
That's
He's
because
rushing for 150. He's
Hey.
doing everything right now.
Hey,
And this is
Carson
coming from a
Wentz-
Giants fan.
Would y'all agree that Carson Wentz is better to him though? If he
Yes.
had like he's better to him, but Jalen Hurts is actually winning with that team, making them actually look
Hold
good.
on,
Like,
hold
he
on,
looks
hold
good.
on.
I don't know. Jalen Hurts needs to be around at least another season before I could give you like a more definitive answer.
No, I'm not
Facts.
going that far. I'm just saying he does look good. Like he's not wrong.
He looks
Carson
good, yeah.
Carson Wentz played the first games of the season with no starters. None.
True.
And if he got him, he got one back at a time. And before another one could come back, that one would get hurt.
In
And
my,
just
in my
kept-
opinion, I think Carson Wentz just lost his confidence when he got injured, and then they won the Super Bowl without him, and then he got hurt again. And I just think he kind of like I think his talent is there, but I just think that he's just mentally he needs a fresh start.
Like a Markel Fultz.
That's actually a really good point, Bert. Damn, Bert. You kind of think I feel. I never talk basketball.
Markel Fultz is balling this year, right? Like he's averaging like 20 and what 6.
He's having a good year, but we'll keep trying to keep it college football.
Yeah.
Okay, what quarterback coming out the draft right now do you think could do that without all the talent in the world?
Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna say
mean, right now, yeah, it's definitely Trevor Lawrence. The not Notre Dame kid, the North Dakota kid is very interesting.
he's so.
I would say him because they're not good. Like the people around him are nowhere near the people around the other players.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but the people he's playing against are nothing.
But you know, but
That's
you know
also
what it's
true,
like.
but he's
You know what it's
making-
like. Like in any sport, bro, players play better when they play with people that's on their level. Like you see it like whenever like niggas go to the NBA, they might be better in the NBA than they are in college because they look better whenever they're with people that are on their level. Like you can play you can play your way. Like you see what people do, they play at Kentucky in college and they might put up a little bit of numbers and then they go in the NBA and they ball out and like, damn, they didn't look this good. Well, then everybody around them's not on that level. They're not playing that way. They're not playing that free like that. If he's in the same conversation with the other guys and he plays at North Dakota State. Like,
I just can't. It's hard for me to believe in it. Like I believe in the talent. Like you play people that I believe in, I'll believe in you more. If you
I
can
just
go out
think
and play against ACC had like when Trevor Lawrence first came in, probably not as much now. When Trevor Lawrence came in, ACC had cornerbacks for days.
I
They
get what
had-
you're saying though. Like they're at least even if they're not like elite college teams, they're still like Power 5. They're still like teams that you know. I get what you're saying. But
Yeah, like it's
the
hard for me
NFL is
to.
a lot different now, bro, where players run like you don't think that he could do what he does at another school if he had the great players around him? Like
Who would he go start over right now?
What quarterback
Who's
was he? Trubisky was gone already, wasn't he? When Lawrence got there?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Who are you talking
When,
about?
corners, cornerbacks, DBs.
Corner.
I think the quarterback.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Trubisky was that Mayfield class, right? 17.
Yeah,
Like
nah, he got drafted with
No,
No, he
Washington.
was
Trubisky
before
was with
that.
Mahomes.
He was
Trubisky
with
was with
Watson,
Mahomes.
right?
Yeah, he was the first quarterback taken. It was the Mahomes Watson class.
Yeah. So that was
That was
Yeah.
16, I want to say.
that's his last year was that 16-17 season.
because no, Baker got taken at 18.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I was
so
just
yeah,
wrong.
his last year would have been the 16-17 college football season. He got drafted in
Yeah.
2017.
Yep. Damn, y'all.
I mean, how disappointment is Mitch Trubisky, though? He's making a resurgence right now.
No, he's not. I'm not going to sit here and say these 3 games remove the 3 years of ass we saw from you.
I'll say he's playing with confidence, which is what we were talking about with Carson Wentz, the same thing.
Yeah.
He's playing
You got
with
to-
confidence,
yeah.
which is a
Trubisky
big
doesn't
thing
have-
in the NFL, big thing in just in general.
I don't think Trubisky has that fan base to like get him back. Like Baker Mayfield, like Baker plays mediocre most of the times, and like when he has like a good game, like the fan base like still backs him even when he's bad. But I think Chicago is ready to shit.
Oh, Chicago's ready to bounce him immediately.
They're ready.
No,
to
they
shit.
definitely,
put Nick
they're
Foles
definitely
in.
he's definitely
Nah,
not
it's
the QB of the future.
Big
for
Dick
them.
Nick.
I think Baker's good though, and I'm a Steelers fan.
I think he's got moments. I still think he has some things to work out.
That's a real good question.
Decision-making.
Who do you want your NFL team to pick up in this draft?
Anyone on the
Oh, I got 2 people.
Hold on. What'd you say, Loker?
anyone on the offensive line. God.
Anybody that keep Joe Burrow alive.
Yeah.
Are you a Bengals fan?
Yeah.
He's a Bengals
I'm
fan, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I would like the Giants to take any top receiver or Micah Parsons.
Yeah,
Because
that
we
Giants
definitely
defense,
need an edge.
that Giants defense is a piece away. I agree.
If Mika Parsons fits that Giants, he could be the next LT in my eyes.
Oh, okay. You're going kind of far, bud.
Well, he's a Penn State guy. You know, he's just, you know.
On that boat. What you got, Rob? I know who you want. Anything with a Q of it, huh?
I want either realistically like people that could possibly be there when we draft. Well, honestly, it really depends. Like if we get bounced early in the playoffs, and like say if Justin Fields doesn't look good and he's slipped, I would love to pick up him. But realistically, like I want like Trey Lance or Zach Wilson for real. Like somebody that don't have to be ready this year to play, but like let Ben play next year and then let them play. Or if we don't go quarterback first round, just give me Najee Harris because we need.
Rob,
we need
who's your
one or the
team?
other.
That's realistic.
Let it be noted.
Rob, who's your team?
The Steelers.
Mason Rudolph starting this Sunday.
Is he?
Mason Rudolph is starting.
Like
Rob's
Major
not
football
watching
league
the
might be
game.
starting for the Cardinals this week.
I'm not mad at letting Ben rest, for real. There's no reason to hurt people. We lost Bud Dupree in a game that didn't matter, so I'm not doing that.
Yo,
Rob's
I
not
like
watching
that.
the game.
I like that. Yo, Myles Garrett coming back for blood.
Oh, you're a Browns fan?
Hell yeah, dude.
Oh yeah, I'm swiping back over here.
No, man. What you want to see from the Browns, man? You guys will probably end up having like a low 20s pick.
The Browns.
Y'all need a
I don't
backer.
know.
Y'all need one back bad.
Honestly, with the
They have some
talent
wide
they
receivers
have,
too now.
as much as I like Baker Mayfield, I like the culture he brings. Like it hasn't been that way.
No, that's facts, bro. He's lit for y'all. I think that.
He brings the culture that Cleveland needs.
Yeah,
But
he's the guy.
with the offensive talent that we have, if you threw in a solid quarterback, I couldn't imagine, like, say, I don't know.
Teddy
like,
Bridgewater, you guys will be
like
Super Bowl
dude,
contenders.
It's like imagine if like Pat Mahomes went to Cleveland or something like that, and then like surrounded himself with like Jarvis Landry and Odell, and then you got Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb in the backfield. I think the quarterback is really what's not getting everything to click together. I like Baker. I like what he's done, but yeah,
those are low key better weapons in a way, kind of like at least like I feel like Odell should be better than Tyreek Hill, like when healthy.
Yeah.
Like
They said Cleveland had the second best like offensive potential in the league, and
but I just think Andy Reid is the difference maker. Like having Pat Mahomes is different than having like Pat Mahomes and Andy Reid. Like I think that they're just nasty. Like they just do shit that nobody else does. Like
I think it's, to be honest, just the combination of Tyreek Hill and Patrick Mahomes. Because Tyreek
and Andy
Hill
Reid and Travis Kelce.
Well, I mean, Tyreek Hill doesn't have a route. He just runs until he's open sometimes. And Patrick Mahomes sometimes doesn't have a play. He just throws at Tyreek Hill when he's open.
Like,
And here's the thing.
do a lot of like they do stuff that's just different. Like it's just
No, I
like,
agree. 100%. Andy Reid's an offensive genius.
So here's the thing about it, though. My only hit on Patrick Mahomes is you can kind of tell he's not great at the zone yet. He can read it. He's decent at it. But you can tell in those zone things, he's a little more frantic. And he always is throwing it wherever Kelce goes because Kelce finds opens in the zone every time. Guaranteed.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that was like puts me off of Pat Mahomes. Everything else is perfect.
I think he's the
That was
best.
ETN a senior, right?
You said what?
ETN a senior out of Clemson.
Oh, yeah, he's going to the draft. He's a junior, but he's going.
That's
Yeah.
another player I would want the Steelers to pick up too.
He's perfect. He can run and catch.
Yeah. That'd be a good.
That's another player I would like to get.
I think Pitt needs more of a workhorse. Like, you could give Harris the ball 20, 30 times. And
We need
he'll
a
just
quarterback,
do it.
man. Fuck all that. Give us a quarterback. I don't care about Big Ben's feelings no more.
I was the same way as a Giants fan with Eli Manning.
Like,
I
we've
understand
had-
your pain.
Like we won the two Super Bowls. Bro, I love Ben, bro. He's one of the goats to me. He still is good sometimes. Like when he does what he needs to do, he's good. But the way that he be playing scared, like man, you don't want to get hit. You don't need to play football. So we're throwing screen passes so you can get rid of the ball in 2 seconds. whoever's doing that needs to stop, or you need to go.
That's just football now, though, for real.
No, we also like when you can tell whenever he's calling the plays, when he throw deep passes, like we had success, like just like on Sunday. But I don't know, bro. He's getting old. It's time to really start. Like if he only has 1 year left, then let him play that 1 year. We need a future quarterback.
Right.
This is the draft to get one. Don't wait around. We already passed on Lamar Jackson and drafted fucking Edmonds, so let's not do some dumb shit.
That's not a bad
Y'all
pick.
think? Hey, y'all think y'all got like this year with like how well the Steelers did? You think you could land a solid quarterback late into the
Yeah.
draft? Like, you think the draft will be deep enough for a solid quarterback?
Yeah, there's so many because like if you got you got to think like if 5 quarterbacks go in the first round, that's a lot.
That is
Right.
But
And
I'm
there's
also
at least
looking at
5 that
this.
are good. I feel like there's at
there's
least
not that
5
many
and
teams
a
in this
sleeper.
draft looking for a QB.
Like I think Cincinnati's quarterback is good. I don't know what year he is, but I think he's good. Like I think the NFL is different now to where everything's not about like there's certain like an SEC guy could be a bust. Like AJ McCarron ain't nobody in the NFL. Like, but there's guys that are just like Kyler Murray. You would have never thought like 7 years ago. Like, oh, that's like
Yeah.
the NFL quarterback. Like you wouldn't think that. Like you'd have told like Lamar Jackson winning an MVP. You'd have not thought that at all. Like this is just different now.
It's like remember Mike Vick used to be like he was just like an anomaly, like
Yeah.
a quarterback that could run it. Mike Vick was an anomaly, and it was like that for even like years after he like peaked.
Right.
And then now, like in the last like 3 years, Lamar Jackson really started, I think, busted open. And then like Kyler Murray, he's a big runner now. I think Russell Wilson does a good job at running the ball.
Yeah, Russell Wilson is one of those guys too. I think Michael Vick is still different than anything we've ever seen because his arm was so strong too, and he was just so different when he got in the open. Like he was just so different. Like he wasn't a small guy either. Really, he could take hits. Like he could do some things for real. But the league has
should just
changed.
pet the dogs.
Like if Vince Young came out in this draft class, bro, he might go number 1.
That's a really good point.
Ah, my
Like-
guy.
Like that's what I'm saying. Like if Vince Young came out and like if Colt McCoy was in this draft class, like if the way we're talking about Zach Wilson being in like the top 15, 20 range, Colt McCoy is in that same range then. Like there's
And he
like
went
you got
third round.
Braxton Miller in this day and age would probably get a shot at being a quarterback. I don't know how good he would be, but he would get a shot. He would get a shot.
Well, he has a love-hate relationship with Braxton Miller.
If he wins, I'm definitely understand like him and JT Barrett. Like JT Barrett never won a big game in my opinion. But I know what he does. Like I know what he did at Ohio State, but he's not an NFL guy. But he wasn't as dynamic as Braxton Miller was. When you're that dynamic, if you win at a high level at Ohio State, he would have got a chance in this day and age. Like it just would have happened. I'm not saying he would have been great, but he would have got a chance.
I would just say just throw a comment in there. I think JT, that comeback win against Penn State, that was probably his biggest win he's had.
Right, but
Him
that doesn't mean nothing to me though. Like I want to win something. Like you gotta win something. Like
Right.
Cardell won something. Period.
Ezekiel Elliott won something. But we won't give
Zeke won that.
real fast. Does anybody else have anything else they want to speak on regarding college football? Not to close, but just a question.
I don't know.
Yeah, I want to talk about the SEC, how weak it is, actually.
Let's do it. Let's get into it. And I don't care if this is a 2-3 hour podcast. I got time.
Yeah, I mean, just 4 teams between the 2 divisions in the SEC that are worth a damn. And I just don't see how the SEC keeps hyping themselves up that they're like the best conference. Now you can make an argument they are, but I don't think it's cut and dry SEC.
You know what I'll say though, and I'm on that side too. I'm on the same side as you about that. But what I will say is this year they're the best conference, and this year was a good showing of how tough the SEC is because. Florida lost 3 games and they're like better than a lot of teams. Like just like when they're
better
playing
than every team but one.
You said what?
Better than every team but one. And I think if we got that shot back at Bama, we win. That's on everything I love.
See, I don't know about all that, but basically like they do. Like I think even like when you look in the NFL, like the guys in the SEC are different. Like I feel like the players that go in the SEC, like the SEC guys, like you just think of just like the physicality of that they play with, but that's why it's a tough conference, just because like it's just tough to play in that every single week and play that type of football every single week. But I just don't think that equates to being better. I don't think that it's tougher, but I don't think that equates to being better. I think that a Clemson style offense is better than the offenses that are in the SEC. Like,
okay, hold on. I see what you're saying, and I get that. Like, I agree wholeheartedly. But where we are with college football right now, how it used to be, whoever runs the most is getting the most. SEC don't play football like that no more. They have for real passers. Like, it used to be an ACC, Big 12, sometimes Big 10.
No, I'm not disagreeing with that.
SEC has the
Either
best
way
of the
it
best
goes-
passers now.
Either way it goes, it all starts with up front, though. The physicality is what I'm talking about on the lines. Because if you don't have all that time for somebody to be 7 yards open, bro, that's not happening. Like, that's how shit happens, bro. Like it's a tough conference, but I don't think that I think that you can take the best teams from each conference and they can all compete with each other. Like,
That's bullshit.
I think you put Ohio State in the SEC, they can do exactly what any of these other teams do.
There's two teams, UL and Clemson. No other team will go and do what even Georgia's doing. And they're top 10. Oklahoma would not be top 10 playing a full SEC schedule.
Ooh. You got to think, though, if you're going to give Oklahoma in the SEC, they're going to get SEC defense type niggas, bro. They're going to get SEC.
Not always. Not always. Not always. Because you can be good.
That was actually one of those things.
No, they have the name, bro. It's Oklahoma. They have the name to where they could do it.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I do like Lincoln Riley. I think Lincoln Riley would be able to coach this.
Yeah, like, I feel like, bro, they can be creative enough, bro. I'm telling you. Oklahoma's Oklahoma is one of the teams that got hot at the wrong time, too. Like, if they would have been doing this the whole year, they would have been in the conversation.
Yeah. They were in the conversation.
Like, they're better
but back-to-back losses.
Don't
Kansas
y'all play
State
them?
and freaking
Y'all play them?
Iowa State.
You said what?
Who does Florida play in their bowl game?
Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Kyle
That's what I
Pitts
thought.
isn't playing. I'm going to
You
just
said
throw
he
that
is?
out there.
You said he's not playing?
Nah, honestly, I don't think it matters. I think we end up winning like 42-28.
Y'all's top 3 receivers are all out.
Yeah, I saw that.
Y'all ain't winning shit.
No, Kyle Trask knows he needs to go crazy. Just like he do against.
There's no excuses. Hey, if y'all are built like us, then there's no excuses because we don't have any.
Y'all have excuses, but I won't. I haven't had excuses this whole time. I stand up to all my losses. Football's the next man up, and I will abide by that at all times.
Yeah, you have to.
I will abide by that. No, SEC's tougher, man. You got two teams I wholeheartedly believe would come out and win the SEC. That's our SEC right now. That's O State, Clemson. I do not believe Oklahoma's going to come in there, dominate Florida, have to go play in A&M, or have to go play in Georgia and fully be dominant. You're catching SEC on a down year, and when it is tough. Usually Auburn or LSU is going to give you a top 15 ranking, and they're not.
Didn't you guys lose like almost every bowl game like 2 or 3 years ago?
That was like 2 years ago when UCF beat Auburn.
No,
Two
went down.
years ago.
That's what I'm saying. What makes you think that? What makes you think that they're like that much better than everybody else? I agree that it's a tougher conference to play in. Like, not maybe like it's just, bro. It's hard to win games in any of the Power 5 conferences, but
No, it's
like,
not.
bro, yes, it is. But they're not.
Florida,
Like,
Florida would go near undefeated in any other conference.
no, they wouldn't.
Yes. Get out of here.
But y'all are good though.
Georgia, same thing.
No.
Georgia definitely would.
You give shit off names, but won't do it for other places. You're giving that off a name, bro. Because there's a lot of teams, you put them in the SEC, literally just by the way that people talk about the SEC, if you put any of these other teams in the SEC, their name would be even bigger. They'll get better players, to be honest.
They would fold.
No, they wouldn't.
If you take any roster right now in college football that is not Clemson and not Ohio State, you put them in the SEC for this year. This is a down year for the SEC.
And
LSU hasn't been this bad in a while. This is Auburn's worst in a while.
I always feel like Oklahoma's good like that, for real.
Now, Spencer Rattler's not the answer.
Indiana,
No, he's a good quarterback.
in the East.
Boo, boo, Oklahoma. Boo,
You said what?
Yeah,
Look,
I'm moving Brown.
I
boo,
think
Oklahoma.
Indiana would have placed second.
Brown, shut up. What'd you say, Loke?
I think Indiana would have placed at least second in the SEC East this year.
No.
Yeah.
Fuck no.
Indiana
they-
in the SEC 3 losses.
This year or something crazy?
What?
No, that was Northwestern. Northwestern lost to Michigan State. Never mind.
Yeah, no.
Indiana only lost to Ohio State, and then they got COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah, Indiana's good.
I'm not gonna let you hype them. They lose to LSU.
No, they don't.
Now
No,
you're
they don't.
talking trash. You don't
Y'all
know.
do.
I believe it wholeheartedly.
Nah.
You can't argue with someone that's just gonna disagree with that.
Nah, I just know what talent is. Like I know.
Here's how
Indiana
Orlando is.
bowl game.
Orlando is
Break
how
down
people.
the SEC here.
Let's break it
Y'all
down.
just- You said hey, I just want to point out, Willie, you said you recognize talent. I just want to throw my 2 cents out there. 2019 when we started when we were playing flag football, and I went to that Texas LSU game, and I came back from that LSU game, and I said, yo, LSU's gonna win the freaking SEC.
It's a great spot.
He froze like that.
I know what you're going to say.
Yeah, I know what he's saying.
Yeah, you had told him that LSU wasn't going to win it all.
I said Bama was. Don't make it seem like I was so like I picked a trash team. I picked Alabama.
That's not a bad thing to say. You can
It's never a
go
bad
wrong.
thing to say.
Yeah, that's always a good choice.
But anyway,
All right,
Vandy,
go ahead, Lo.
Mizzou, Dartmouth.
Brown stuff.
Hold on, Burke. Hold on. You gotta start over, Lo. Go ahead.
Vandy, ass. Mizzou,
Okay.
ass. Tennessee, ass. Ole Miss, ass. I'm trying to Arkansas, ass.
Ole Miss just got bad. Arkansas was ranked last year, but go ahead.
Look, I'm drawing a blank. Mississippi State, ass.
What about South Carolina and SEC?
Yeah,
South Carolina, ass.
they're having a bad year.
Kentucky.
Well, I mean, you're able to look at the Big Ten and say the exact same thing, right?
Kentucky was
Michigan
ranked
State,
last year,
Michigan
too.
ass, Michigan ass. I'm a Penn State's ass.
Rutgers? I wish I could play Rutgers every.
Rutgers is the
You gotta
worst
think
team
though.
in
Listen to
college
this though.
football.
Listen to all those teams that he just named from the SEC that are consistently not it. On a good year, there's years that Penn State is ridiculous. There's years that
Yeah.
Wisconsin is really
I'll
good.
give you that.
There's
yeah,
years
no,
that
Penn State's
Michigan and
bad,
Michigan State are really good.
You get one or the other every year, and everybody knows it. Either Michigan or Michigan State will be good. They're not going to be
That's
good.
true.
Time.
Tennessee,
To be honest, Michigan State hasn't been good since Kirk Cousins.
When are all these teams good?
What's up? Nope.
When are all these teams good?
Tennessee would have lost to Rutgers this year.
Cat.
For sure.
No.
guaranteed. Then why Tennessee tried to hire Greg Schiano as their coach? Because Greg Schiano's it. I'm telling you. He left them.
I do believe Greg Schiano's turned the program around. I will say Rutgers could have beat Tennessee. Could have. I said it's going to be a close game. That's like the Turd Bowl. That's like you and the
ass.
Nah, I think y'all are wild. This is a bad year for the SEC.
Oh my!
It's a bad year for football in general.
There's 4 top 10 teams, and they
You can,
deserve.
you can make the argument that it looks bad because they're only playing each other too.
No. Do they deserve to be there? Those 4 top 10 teams.
Florida, sure.
A&M.
Yeah, I'm not arguing that. I'm not arguing that.
Georgia,
I'm
Bama.
not arguing that.
Then give me 4 teams from any other conference who deserve to be top 10.
No, there isn't none this year.
Indiana.
That's my point.
Yeah, it might be top 10.
Yeah.
Indiana, though, yeah. But we're not
There you
going off the
go.
rankings, though. Why would we go off the rankings when they get it wrong?
It's
the whole
talent.
point of it.
It's talent. We have 4 of the what I really believe is the 4 best teams, 4 of the best top 10 teams. You could put 4 of them in there, and I would wholeheartedly agree. And you all would wholeheartedly
Who's
agree.
the 4th team? Who's the 4th team?
Georgia, A&M, Bama, Florida.
Oh, Georgia's about to play Cincinnati, ain't they?
Yeah, Georgia plays Cincinnati.
And they're only
That's one of the
7
games That's one of the games I'm actually looking forward to. I want to see how that goes.
Look,
Bad.
Georgia comes from the best conference in college football, and they're only 7 points favorites against a Group 5 school.
Cincinnati has hype. Don't let it fool you.
All right.
Why can't they just be good though?
I'm sure they're good. They're just not good enough.
Bro, the same way we're talking about, bro. The same way we're talking about the shit changing, bro. The college is changing the same way, bro. I'm telling you.
It is.
There's good, like, bro. There's good teams. A lot of teams are good.
Look, name me 4 teams. 4 teams that y'all believe in the top 10 in one conference. That's not SEC.
Bro, but you're going off of 1 year. This won't happen again next year. The Big
Last
Ten-
year it was 4 different teams. A&M was top 15, and Auburn was in there.
Bro, Ohio State had 4. I mean, the Big Ten had like 4 of the top 6 1 year.
Yeah, in a week. It was like the 4th week of the year.
No, it wasn't. It was the same week we played Wisconsin.
Yeah, here, you want 4 teams from the Big Ten that could compete in the SEC every year.
4. They have 4 of the best 4.
But
If
what's
you take
competing,
the
though? You
top
gotta
10
think.
teams in
You're
the
not
nation,
getting that. You're not getting that.
We're sitting here
Thank
talking
you.
about how good Florida
Thank you.
is. We're sitting here talking about how good Florida is. They lost 3 games, and one of them is to a
Florida will beat the
3-win
dog shit out of
team. A 3-win
What?
team. If that's competing, if you're telling me 4 teams can't go to the SEC and lose 3 games, and one of them beat to a 3-win team, yes, they can do that.
All right. See, I see. You're the cute shit. It's not funny. You know good and damn well Florida's gonna go and run any other conference.
No, what? No.
Yes.
Not the Big Ten.
You guys will be okay. 1 team in the Big Ten we'd actually be worried about. There's no way in hell you go tell your bookie you want money on Northwestern or Indiana over Florida. It's not
Well,
happening.
you wouldn't do it against Ohio State either, though.
I put money on like a Michigan.
But he said that.
I said that. I said that wholeheartedly. Ohio State, Clemson are the only 2 teams. ACC and Florida and Notre Dame played. Are you gonna put your money on Notre Dame?
Well, I'm not a Notre Dame.
We got 3 losses. 3 losses, and the only loss Notre Dame has is in its conference
But
finals.
that's what I'm saying. I'm
And
not.
you
not
still will put your money on 3
that's
loss
the point that a
Florida.
lot of teams are good. That's the point that there's a lot of good football players and a lot of good teams.
Come on now.
I put money
That's the
on like
point of what I'm
Wisconsin
saying.
versus Florida, even
You would not put money on Wisconsin to beat Florida this year. I'm not hearing it.
No.
Hey, boys,
I would.
That
I'm gonna
just-
dip out.
All right, bro.
All right, bro.
I'll catch y'all later. I enjoyed it.
All right, man. We'll have you on the fantasy football episode.
No, all right. Appreciate it.
All right, peace.
Later, guys.
Yes, sir.
Like, come on now. Same thing for A&M. Same thing for Georgia. Georgia's a harder case because their offense is sus.
Hey, I got
I'll say A&M is on
I'm about
this
to be
year.
right
They
back.
haven't been on the past couple of years. You got to admit that.
A&M fell off a little bit when they had after what's his name? Something Hill. It's not the running back. It was a quarter. Kenny Hill. They had Kenny Hill. They was all ranked and whatnot. He got hurt. They fell down. And then they were bad the next year. And then Mon started playing. And now they're back ranked every year. Come on now. Really think about that.
I mean, I would be careful with Texas A&M next year because I'm pretty sure like 6 or 7 of their top players are all seniors and they're all about to leave.
Literally, man. And then it's going to be another team step up in the SEC.
No, I agree. I still believe SEC is a better team. I think Big Ten is a close second, but this year's Big Ten can't even consider about competing. Like, we were terrible this year.
Penn State was terrible.
Michigan had
fucking
3
garbage.
losses.
Michigan's always garbage, all right?
Michigan, why? How are you saying Michigan's always garbage when you're saying they can compete in the SEC then?
You saw what happened when Florida played Michigan 2 years ago.
Right, I got you in a knowledge loop right here.
Because Michigan's garbage in the Big Ten, but they would be good in the SEC.
No, I don't think so.
I can't believe.
at the right time.
How do y'all really believe? Like, y'all, like, listen to what you guys are saying. Florida, a 3-loss team, can go and run any other conference outside of 2 football teams. You would not put them against them.
Run, no.
Rob. Florida's been a
They
top
could
10 team
definitely
the last
beat any
10 years.
Pac-12
The
team.
last 3 years.
They could beat any of the Big 12, and I
But we're not
think they
even
could easily
Washington.
beat.
in the Big 12.
They would easily get into the conference finals of the Big Ten this year.
Easily.
Especially this year.
And we would give y'all And if you can't go and score 22 points against Florida.
But y'all wouldn't even have been clicking. Y'all only played as many games as us.
The first 6 games of the year, Florida, I will take it.
We didn't. If you played
Please.
6 in a row, yeah, I would too.
Please.
You played 6 in a row.
We will take it. The first 6 games, Contrast already had college football records. I will kindly take the first 6 games.
I
What?
will too, but they played 6 in a row is all I'm saying.
That's cute.
They're not better than Ohio State.
We will beat y'all. I wholeheartedly believe that too.
You don't.
Well, I guess we'll never find out because y'all ain't making it.
I wasn't sure, but as soon as I saw y'all, oh shit.
I can hear you still.
Oh, okay, clutch. Everybody froze.
Yeah, he's frozen.
He said, "Oh shit."
Yeah.
No, so
You're like caught in a picture of like a mid sneeze almost.
if as soon as I saw y'all let Indiana get 500 passing yards, I was like, we will beat y'all.
But you got to think of what we did in the second. What they did in the second half. But they scored off of trick plays and bullshit. That game was over at halftime.
You
Don't
all
let
are
the score fool you. You got to watch the games, bro. Don't let the
We're
score
talking
fool
about a
you.
one-loss Indiana team too. Let's
Yeah,
not
they were
act-
good. They were really, really, really good this year too.
no, they had a good record this year. They're not good. I'm not gonna let y'all lie to me.
Okay, bro. That's.
Can we hype Coastal Carolina too then? Huh?
I think they're good.
But you wouldn't put money on them going nowhere else, and you know it.
That's because Coastal's not even Power 5.
Willie, why did
If
you
you're
put me
saying
in
they're
this
not
torture
good
of
because they're
arguing with
not the
2 Ohio
best
State
team, then
fans?
nobody's good. Then
Oh my
if you're gonna say they're
god.
not good because they can't beat the best team, then there's nothing else to say. I can't argue with that.
I can't believe you all.
You're disrespecting, acting like people aren't good because they're not the best.
No. They're good, but we know better. Is my thing. And like honestly, I will go
No
like
better than what? Okay,
Yeah.
so if the playoff
Okay.
was listen, say this. If the playoff was I don't think it's possible to do 12 teams by the way the games go. So what would have to be 16 if it was going to be 12?
I'll say 8 teams. 8 teams would be perfect.
No, just if there's 8, they're still not going to give them a fair chance. Say if it was extended to where it was actually meant to give a fair chance, like how March Madness literally gives everybody a chance.
Like a Sweet
Think about
16 college football.
You said what?
Sweet 16 college football playoffs, pretty much.
All right, just say if it did that. Just say if they did that. All right. So you wouldn't pick Coastal Carolina to be in that 16-team playoff if they went undefeated the whole year? I would.
Yeah, I would.
That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
But are you saying that he doesn't see them making it to the Elite Four or the 8?
It doesn't matter.
Can't really forget the name.
Every team that's making NFL playoffs don't look like a Super Bowl team. They're still gonna get a chance. You gotta play the game still.
Yeah, but you know better than put money on those teams or believe in those teams.
Underdogs win.
Underdogs can win, and football is much different. NFL is much different. College football is pretty set in stone.
But think about March Madness.
That's
think
true.
about
I'll
teams
give
like
them that.
Loyola, Chicago going to the Final Four.
College football is pretty much set in stone.
It's hard for an upset in college football.
We got to get off of that. We
You
don't
have-
feel like that because
No.
BCS only gave so many teams a chance, bro.
No, you have teams outside of the playoffs right now that would beat a team in the playoffs.
Listen,
There's a couple of them.
listen.
I've got
my
four.
team
I
is
got
getting
4
in.
teams I
My
think will be
team
Notre
has the
Dame.
name. My team has the name to get in every year. We're Ohio State. I don't have a dog in this race at all. That's really how I really think it is. I think that every team deserves a chance. If you play and go undefeated, like I think that if you can be the best out of the teams that you play, I think you deserve a chance. You go and play
Okay,
in front of you.
I get that. I agree. Just because you want to see it, they deserve to be there. They put the work in the
Teams
year.
fall off and
But
go
you
back up. all the
know
time.
better. You know that they're not
Texas
one
used to be a powerhouse school. They're not anymore. WVU used to be a powerhouse school. Like you
They
It's
can
like
did.
when
Like-
UCF went undefeated and they, were claiming that they're the national championship, even though they didn't play in the game. But you know what I mean? Like we all knew they deserve a chance to be in there, but we all know that they were never going to beat Alabama. There's not a day in hell that they could beat Alabama.
Fact.
you gotta play the games
I
though.
say when hell freezes over, it has to be more stuff to happen to hell. Like freezing
No.
over, it wouldn't be enough for UCF.
Y'all remember whenever Michigan used to be really like that? Like whenever Ohio State, Michigan used to be like whenever they used to have like Mike Hart, Chad
They
Henne,
just shake his
Mario
head.
Manningham. Remember they used to be really good. They never beat us still, by the way. But
That's what I was about to say.
remember whenever Appalachian State beat them?
Stop proving my point, Rob.
I'm saying that teams deserve a chance.
Because it's the Big Ten, and shit like that would happen to the Big Ten. My point, exactly.
That's not really the point. They were elite still.
Better than Citadel.
Right.
Are you talking about when Bama played that bad game against Citadel?
Or, like, sorry, they're not playing. Do you want them to go play Tulane instead?
Bama's play. Outside of like a
Who's
playoff.
Is that the honey?
Yes.
It's not bad. I like it. The honey's all right.
Y'all
That would
be
make
like
me drink.
y'all don't the SEC teams don't be playing nobody when they schedule out a conference either though.
Well,
They don't be
yeah,
seeing the
because those
different-
games are supposed to be confidence boosters.
I just feel like different.
Point here.
I feel like different styles can win different games. Is how I feel. That's why I feel like teams deserve chances.
Here's what proves Rob's point. You take, let's say, I don't know, a one-loss Penn State, all right, and then you take like a one-loss Florida, and they have to, and the college committee's decided on which team's going into the playoff. I guarantee the one-loss Florida, even if it was to an SEC team and Penn State lost to like an Oklahoma out of conference, I guarantee the SEC team gets in just because of their conference.
Yeah.
You can't be
No,
judged-
yeah, I see that. There is definitely SEC bias, but I think there's a right reason for the SEC bias.
No,
I think they're overboard with it sometimes. I will agree. But I think there should be SEC bias, wholeheartedly.
No, I don't believe that there should ever be any bias.
I do.
But
That's what Rob's saying. He's saying you shouldn't be judged pretty much off if you should get a chance.
listen, in college basketball, if you win your conference tournament, no matter what you did in the regular season, you get a chance because you won the tournament. You show that you're the best team in the tournament, like for your conference. So I'm not saying that they're better than these teams, but like, bro, Cincinnati just went undefeated, and they're not even the first team out, like, or the second team out.
Yep.
Like, what the
the
hell?
only thing that I got upset with Cincinnati's ranking is that they put Oklahoma ahead of Cincinnati.
But here's the thing, though. Like, so and I think Oklahoma is probably better than them. But what's the criteria then? Like, oh, so you just have to be an SEC. Like, what's
Yes.
the criteria?
Come really compete.
Like,
No,
but you can only
I
play
mean
who's in
it's
front,
what
bro.
the committee
If every-
says, which
if
is strength of schedule.
If we keep
And-
putting it in a box and say only these teams are good, no wins look like good wins unless they're against these teams. And then these teams that we're saying are good, they lose one of those games and they're bounced out.
Yeah, look at these college football playoffs. The SEC goes and they perform every year. They perform. As Bama played,
How many college football playoff championships has the SEC won?
all but one.
No, that's
Two.
wrong.
All but three. I'm sorry.
All right, so how many has there been?
Six, right?
5.
6th year.
6 here.
So there's been 5 of them, and they've won 2.
Did they play bad?
I'm not saying that they did, but like, bro, there's
Clemson went and beat Alabama down literally
the
last
Big
play.
Ten has got it. All right, think about this. The SEC has won 2 championships. The ACC has won how many?
2.
And the Big Ten won 1. All right. So obviously, and the like, just say hypothetically, if the Big Ten won another one this year, that's 2, 2, and 2. All right. So clearly, there's no dominant thing. Now look at how many teams have gotten in from the conferences.
Yep.
Because if
Auburn-
Ohio State does, besides 1 year, if Ohio State doesn't get in, we don't get a team in. And they won't even look at it. Like, if
Why would they?
Michigan doesn't go, this is the only year the ACC will never get to again.
Florida State was in there, but that was back when they were better.
They weren't in the college football playoff.
They made the first one, didn't they?
Yeah,
No,
they-
we won the first one.
When,
Oh, they
no,
won the first
one,
one.
they were in.
They won the year before, though, didn't they? Whenever it wasn't a playoff.
Yeah,
Okay.
Jameis.
Yeah, famous Jameis.
And then the next year, they were in there with Michigan State. You guys weren't in that year.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. No, I feel like Wisconsin got in 1 year.
Keep that down.
Didn't Wisconsin get in 1 year?
I don't remember that.
Michigan State got in 1 year.
That's the only other team.
Didn't they get
I really feel
embarrassed too?
I feel like Wisconsin got in, bro, and it got smacked.
No, it was Michigan State and they got smacked.
Okay, maybe them two played to see who would go then.
It was the game. Michigan State got in the year that they beat Ohio State when Zeke had like 30 rushing yards, 2015, and it kept.
Was it the field goal year?
Yeah,
The other year you also cried, Loker.
yeah, I cried after the game.
All right,
So
SEC's had 4 different teams in.
You said what?
SEC's had 4 different teams in.
Who are they?
LSU.
Georgia, LSU, Alabama. Who's the last one?
Florida hasn't been in.
Huh?
I
Florida
just
not
did
in the
four. I
college
said
football
Georgia,
playoff?
Alabama, LSU.
Georgia, Alabama, LSU. I thought Auburn made it one year.
No, they didn't.
Hell no.
They were close.
Hell no. They got beat by UCF.
The Mississippi. Hold on.
Like
Hold on.
listen to that though. For real. Like niggas deserve a chance, bro. We gotta look it up. We need the fact. I need you to fact check that.
Yeah, I'm definitely about to fact check it.
Because all I'm saying is this. It looks like they're not too dominant if they can only get 3 teams in. It ain't like everybody's competing to go. We know who's going. If Georgia, Alabama, and LSU ain't like that, the SEC ain't winning shit. Agreed?
Hold on, I'm about to tell you.
Like, that's just facts.
It's 3 teams. We know this.
Yeah, this
Like-
three.
And I feel like there's years, and LSU has a down year this year, and Georgia could have a down year next year, like a bad year. Like, you never know. That's what I'm saying. Like, you could say, like, oh, Wisconsin's not good this year, or Penn State's not good this year, but next year they might be.
I forgot Washington made it to
I'll tell
one.
you this: if Sean Clifford is a starting quarterback for Penn State, we will never be good.
No, but when y'all had Trace McSorley, y'all were good.
Oh yeah, throw it on a dime. Like I
Yeah,
ain't
y'all-
trying.
I don't think they were
incredible.
playoffs good.
They were incredible.
They don't
Oh,
think
we were close. We weren't. I will agree. We were not playoffs good, but we were damn near close.
But you can't say by making up, like, literally you're you're an Ohio State win away from being a championship.
we were number 2
contender.
in the nation. You guys beat
Okay.
us.
Exactly. So, like, y'all would have been a playoff team if you didn't lose that game. You think that losing a game to the team that's one of the best in the country should shame you from being in the playoffs?
Well, no, because we also lost to Michigan that year.
Michigan is a school. That's what I'm saying. These are schools that can
Oh,
compete.
that's the year Michigan
But
went and played.
I don't think any
Okay.
2 lost teams could ever make the playoffs.
You said what?
That's the year Florida played Michigan in a bowl game. We beat the shit out of them. It wasn't even close. And a lot of our seniors didn't play. We won't get into it, though.
Yeah, we beat the shit out of them too all the time. Welcome to the party.
Wasn't that like the only bowl game win like the SEC had that year?
No. Bama won a playoff game. And that's the year they
Bro,
lost.
I'm talking bowl games here. Not,
That's a bowl game. No, that's a bowl game.
I'm talking
That's a bowl
I'm not talking CFP.
Okay, well, no, it wasn't the only one, but we had a really bad record that one year. Yes.
I think UCF beating Auburn should have opened up the minds, like, to where they let more teams in. Like,
And
give
this year
more
when they
teams-
played LSU and got fucking dusted should really open the eyes like, oh, okay, that was a fluke.
Who played them? You said the
LSU.
next year? It's a
The
different
next
team.
year they play LSU in a bowl game. LSU
Okay,
beat
they
them.
waited until they
Without
weren't the same
six-
team anymore. They
6
weren't the same
defensive
team.
backs. 6 defensive backs missing.
They were ducking prime UCF, is all I'm saying. Because they didn't want to be wrong.
Oh my God.
Bro, you act like they're not the same athletes that you're praising from the SEC. They're getting players from the same places that they can have a good year, bro. You can have
I believe it.
you got to think of the players that are people that you just think of people that you even know in life that could have been good at something and they just fucked up. Like
A million
think-
of them.
So, like, think about they go to these big schools, get in trouble or something dumb shit happens, and then they go to a team like UCF and they ball out because they're actually that good. Like, they can have years where shit like that happens.
I think they can 1,000% be good teams. And like I said, I do agree they should expand the playoffs just so they're not working hard for nothing.
All right. So what's your predictions for the other the other New Year's bowl games then, besides the playoff games?
I think Georgia wins. I think
By
we're
how
going to
much?
win tomorrow. Georgia plays what? Cincinnati?
Yeah.
10.
They're up
Okay,
to
so they're going to
7.
beat them by 10. That's competitive football. Agreed?
Yeah, that's competitive.
It's
All
it's
right.
gonna be a good game.
All right.
I don't think they're really fucking with Georgia, but I think they're gonna win by 10.
All right.
Florida plays Oklahoma without 2-3 starters, and I still think we win by 14 plus.
I'm going Oklahoma.
That's okay.
I'm going Oklahoma.
We're all
I
entitled
think
to our
that-
wrong opinions.
I think Oklahoma just I think they have the ability to just be more creative.
Mhm.
But I'm not. But Florida's a good team, though. I think that the playoffs should be big enough that Florida gets in.
Because we will beat every team in there besides one,
Not
Does
us.
Auburn beat Northwestern this year?
and maybe Clemson. You said what?
Does Auburn beat Northwestern?
I think they will.
What about Indiana Ole Miss?
Ole Miss will probably drop the ball on that one.
Yeah, I think Indiana's going to win, but it's going to be close. It's going to be like 3 points.
I think it'll be 10.
To be honest, I think it's going to go in overtime. The way Indiana plays is going to go in overtime.
I think
I
Northwestern.
do not think Northwest. I think Northwest is the most overhyped team in the nation.
Who does Northwestern play?
Auburn.
Who does Indiana play?
Ole Miss.
Mm.
This is 100% going to answer your guys' question right here. Just these bowl season, like you have literally Big Ten versus SEC right now.
We've
No,
done it
but-
before and waxed them. It won't prove nothing.
So
Here's
yeah,
another-
that's what I'm saying. Like,
Here's
this.
another thing, though. So what do you want are you saying, like, my only problem with it only being with the way that it's set up now and the way that the bias is set up is that it doesn't give enough teams don't have the same. They're not playing for the same things. Like they're not playing like they're not playing for nothing. Like if you are a coach at like Clemson or Alabama or Ohio State or even like LSU, Georgia, you can pitch to somebody that you can make the college football playoff playing here.
Mhm.
I don't know. Nobody else has that luxury of saying that because they don't get the SEC bias. Like even a team like you take Tennessee or Kentucky, one of the teams in the SEC that are all right sometimes, but they're never great. If they can pitch, bro, if you come here and show out and we go undefeated, we can make the college football playoff.
What do you
Like,
think
we have-
Cincinnati's record will be in the SEC?
Like you're gonna tell me, like, bro, if Tennessee goes undefeated in the SEC, bro,
same as
no matter what, nobody cares about years past. If they went undefeated, bro, they would make the playoffs.
They would.
And why doesn't another team? What's this difference between them and Cincinnati?
It's where they're
Or-
doing it. I think where you're doing it matters. I really do. I understand that there's SEC bias, but I think there should be. Because wholeheartedly, you can go and take, like I said, 3 lost teams and say that they're beating a playoff team right now.
But at the end of the day, leave Florida out of it. Leave Florida out of it.
A&M would do the same thing.
Okay.
Georgia would do the same thing.
I don't know about all that, but
And this is not – Georgia does not even look good. They don't even look good this year.
if your argument though is that these teams are, yeah, they're good, but we know what Bama would do, we know what Clemson would do. We've seen what Notre Dame just did to them by Clemson, and they're about to get a chance because of the conference name. Do you think that
No.
Notre Dame's that much
They're
better than
doing it
Cincinnati?
because they only lost the ACC championship. If they
You
would have
think-
dropped the regular season game, you wouldn't have heard of them.
Do you think that they're that much better than Cincinnati?
No.
I don't either.
But I think they're better. But
I'm
not
not saying that Cincinnati. I'm not saying that Cincinnati should get to play Bama, but I think that it should be. Actually, I think that it should be big enough to where a team like that ends up just like, yeah, they're gonna have to play like a team like Alabama if they're the number 1 seed, and you get a low team like Coastal Carolina that gets in. They should just match up with each other. Like, give Alabama the easy game. If it's going to be an easy game, just give it to them anyways. Take another game off their schedule. They're going to play Tulane anyways. Like, you might as well let them play them if they're not nobody.
If anything, they expand. I agree. They should expand so teams aren't playing for nothing. But
That's
when
the
I
only
say we
reason
know
why.
better, when I say we know, all I'm saying is, I keep saying this, but we know better. The SEC bias is there because the SEC teams are there. Every year, it's a switch at the top. Besides Alabama, there's a switch at the top. LSU wasn't really ranked crazy 4 years ago. They were good. They may have been a top 15 team with Fournette there. Until he went down and they weren't ranked at all at one point. Auburn was. A&M was. Ole Miss was. South Carolina was top 25. It switches. Auburn was a top 10 team like last year before last.
I mean, I think the big debate here is like there's 4 teams that people always bring up with the Big Ten, and there's like 6 teams people always bring up with the SEC. And I think that's like literally big. Like there's 6 teams that rotate with being like ranked and everything. Where in the Big Ten, it's only like 4, I think, truly good teams always.
Outside of the SEC, I only will vouch for maybe 6 teams.
But my thing is, obviously, like there's different years where different things happen. At the end of the day, Alabama's better than all them teams. Like 9 times out of 10, Alabama's better than all those SEC teams. 9 times out of 10, Ohio State's better than all those Big Ten teams. That doesn't make the other teams not good because they're not better than the best team. They should still get a chance to win just like everybody else. Like they could be a matchup nightmare for somebody else.
It's a hard thing to argue because, again, we don't make the rankings and everything. I don't think there should be any bias. I don't think there's anything, but I could see why there is a bias sometimes.
Here's the thing, though. Even if there wasn't bias, you have to realize the top part of the SEC, like, so the teams that are losing this year is who they lost to. A&M only lost to Alabama. Like, you know what I mean? And even though Florida has a bad loss, the other loss was A&M and Alabama. They're only losing to other top 10 teams.
Penn State only lost to Ohio State the year that Ohio State went on to the Big Ten Championship and back into the playoff.
Who were the 4 teams that year?
You sure? Because I'm pretty sure Penn State has always lost to 2 teams per season. It's always Ohio State and Michigan.
So, yeah, I'm not positive. I know for sure they lost that Ohio State game because, I was all in the group chat. Oh, I thought Ohio State was about to go down. What? Yeah. I was loving it.
No. And then they talk about how Ohio State lost to Purdue that one year.
That was sick.
But y'all still was fighting for playoffs, right?
You said what?
I was still saying y'all should deserve to be in the playoffs.
Yeah, I still feel like our talent, we're one of the 4 best teams. That's why it needs to be bigger, though.
I think Florida's one of the 4 best teams. And I think we're number 4. I think we're number 2, honestly. But I can see why some people would say Clemson.
You think y'all beat Clemson?
I do think we will beat Clemson. How we played against Alabama solidified it for me. Like, I be talking shit, not really believing it, and I know we got, like, time to prove it down the line. But when we played Bama, and I realized we only lost because there were 4 different times we should have got them off of the field, and 3 of those 4 times they scored, I knew good and damn well we'll beat anybody in the country.
Or what about the interception?
Are you talking about when that man got fucking absolutely wrecked by the Alabama player?
Yeah.
He's not a running back. He might fumble.
That's bad though. Like that's one of that. You can say if that doesn't happen, y'all win the game.
I think he hit a defenseless receiver, but it's cool. He didn't have to hit him like that. He could have just pushed him down.
Dude, it looked like he hit his soul out of his body. It looked like his mom had to carry him out of the field. Like, that's how bad. It looked like he was pretty much asking for his mother. He couldn't believe he got hit like that.
That was nuts.
His
Exactly.
grandfather, who's dead, probably didn't believe he got hit like that.
He was like,
looking down and going, oh, my fucking God.
That's why I feel like the SEC is just so physical, but it doesn't make them better every time.
No, I agree. And, again, there shouldn't be a bias or anything, but it just happens. It sucks.
yeah, this was like a 2-hour podcast. I want to thank y'all. This was fun.
My ass was hurting in the chair. I had to move.
I mean, honestly, I've been sitting here going like, fuck, I can't wait for this shit to be over.
Oh, yeah, you got to
take this dumbass pie over there. No, I don't give. I told you, if you need me on the podcast, I'll be on.
Oh, this man. It's late as hell. I'm not going to say Burke's in Germany.
Since the day I heard it's been started, Willie.
Yeah, Burke's way out. But, hey, I want to thank you for being on the podcast today.
Do the math. It's 10:48 p.m. over here.
Really?
That's right. 9 hours.
Yeah.
Where you at?
I'm in the Netherlands.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm like 45 minutes from Amsterdam. You need a place to stay.
That's ridiculous.
All right, look, when I get on that, hey, thank you all for watching another episode of In a Way We're Right. I want to thank my guests, Bert, Rob, Loker. You will be seeing these faces again. And Brown. I don't want to forget Brown.
Yeah,
Jordan.
he's cool.
And with the skiing visit
He tried to
on the mountain.
Oh my God. But
To be
yeah.
honest, we should have let him go for a call real
All
quick
right.
while he was shredding.
Thank y'all for watching. Y'all have a good one.